rolling. Hello and welcome to the Three Dude Podcast.
Hey, bud.
Featuring the three dudes.
You know, it's kind of seemed like you were going to say something else there, but then you just kind of.
No, I just don't have anything interesting.
Three gentlemen of standing and class.
Three fancy boys.
I have a better microphone this time, guys.
Yeah.
So, golly gee, how about that? You could actually understand what I'm saying without me cutting out every 5 minutes.
You know, it's duding from home is not easy. We've all had to adapt. I was used to doing my duding in different places, but now I dude from this desk, and you got to calibrate your dude.
It hasn't been since we switched from the bar to the actual podcast room that we've had to dude so creatively.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a strange thing for us.
Do you miss the bar? I kind of miss the bar.
I miss the bar a bit.
I miss the bar a bit, but I don't miss the audio that we got at the bar.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
It was not good.
When's the last time you went back and listened to like how bad that sounded?
I refuse. I can't. I literally cannot go back and listen to that.
How about the very second episode where we did Desert Island Dudes and we recorded out of the laptop microphone by mistake?
On accident, yeah. Which is a shame because that was really funny.
Yeah, it was. Well, you could still hear it all. It's just like total. It's like it's a.
Yeah, it sounds like it was recorded through a pager.
Yeah, right. It sounds like it was recorded by a guy outside the window.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, who's hosting this one? I already forgot.
Hey, that would be me.
Oh, cool.
Fellas, aren't you excited? I'm super excited.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
We'll start a little chit chat.
A little chat. What do you want to talk about?
How you guys doing this week?
What are we gonna do tonight, right?
Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Oh,
drink,
yeah.
Drink and masturbate.
Have a beer, jack off, and go to bed.
Go to bed.
What else is there to do?
Pinky and the Brain.
I talked to a guy that my neighbor Jeff. I talked to him recently. He was like walking by the house while I was mowing the lawn, so we stopped to talk. And I was like, "Hey, how's quarantine going?" And he's like, "I'm not on quarantine. I work in the COVID unit." And I was like, "Oh,
so bad.
So not good. Then that."
Jesus.
I felt like such a fucking idiot. I swear, like I just put my foot in my mouth at every opportunity.
Fool.
Oh, you look like such a fool. Oh, you big fucking moron. What have you done?
What are you doing? That's too much time.
It's too much tuna fish.
So, literally only we know what that is.
I know. Hey, I listened to the first couple episodes of their new podcast.
The new podcast.
The podcast.
They're on iTunes.
How is that?
So it's really good. The gimmick is that they are wanting to do a podcast about the life and death of Princess Diana.
Okay.
Because that's what they're really interested in right now.
Okay.
And they try to convince Ira Glass and Sarah Koenig to like help them do it.
Oh my god!
And they really don't like the idea, and they feel like it has to be about something else. And then just like at some point, the serial music starts creeping in, and it's just really, really funny to me.
You're gonna have to explain that to the people who are listening because they have no idea what we're on about now.
Yeah. What the how far back do you go? Yeah.
Charmed, I'm sure I'm Gil Faison.
Charmed, I'm sure I'm Gil Faison. So that's two characters by John Mulaney and Nick Kroll, which if you're listening to this and you don't know who they are, stop listening to this. Go to Netflix and watch Oh Hello on Broadway.
A lot funnier than we are.
Yeah.
It's like I've watched that like 6 times and I can't get enough of it. But so those guys are just like two weird Upper West Side bachelors that say everything funny and they're creeps of the highest regard, and now they're trying to do imagine those like just two sleazebags trying to do a podcast about Lady Di. So it's a pretty good podcast.
But it's pretty a good podcast.
It's on Netflix. It's a binge watch.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So that's.
Anywho.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What you guys been out? Seen any good movies lately? Been any good restaurants lately?
Yeah. I just I was out last night just going door to door licking doorknobs.
Sounds exponentially better than anything that I've done over the last month.
It's been weird, hasn't it?
I have not watched as many movies by this point as I thought I would have.
Me neither.
I watched a
There's still
bunch.
time to change that.
That's good.
I mean, I told you guys I watched Taxi Driver, but I didn't really kind of get it. I know that's probably just me. But I watched There Will Be Blood. I watched
Classic.
the hell's I meant to watch Fargo. Didn't get around to it yet.
No, you should watch Fargo.
Do that.
One of my favorites.
When I was drawing that picture of Jason, I realized I'd never seen a Friday the 13th movie, so I have it queued up in YouTube ready for me to rent.
Oh, the first one's really good. For sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain about 2 hours of teenagers getting killed.
Yeah, me either.
Well, yeah, I imagine probably you see some boobs for a little bit, and then you get to see some murder.
Yeah.
So that's kind of all you need in a movie.
Boobs and murder. I mean, that's Game of Thrones made a career out of that for like several seasons.
Oh, that reminds me of something. There's this website I saw on Reddit somewhere. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like it's a website that will let you look at the IMDb ratings for any show as a plotted graph left to right. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah.
So like every episode is a point on the line, and you see the curve and all that. You would not believe how precipitously Game of Thrones falls off at the end. It's actually sad.
No, I probably would believe it.
Yeah,
actually.
I do believe it. I would imagine Breaking Bad is like a generous upswing.
Breaking Bad is incredible on there.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember what it was called. But Game of Thrones is like a show in particular where like they were like 9s, 9.5s, 9.8s almost consistently.
Oof.
And then they just
went to the mid 6s and didn't look back.
No, 4s, dude.
Oh.
I'm talking down to the 4s.
Oh.
It was really disappointing to see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the final season was really disappointing to see too. So
yeah, it's like I didn't enjoy watching it, but it almost hurt to see those numbers.
Think about how that show just like disappeared from the fabric of American pop culture.
Yeah.
Like it's just gone.
That's really weird, isn't it? Like everyone talked about Game of Thrones for a complete 2 years while they waited for it to come back.
It was so important to everybody for so long, and then it just...
Yeah.
Like, like The Sopranos, right? People still talk about The Sopranos with really, really fun memory. You know what I mean? Like, it's still considered...
Yeah.
Think about like the greatest TV shows ever. We're still talking about Breaking Bad on this stupid show.
Yeah,
all the time.
It's true.
But I can't even think about... Like, I saw an ad on Facebook that was like, hey, while you're quarantined, make sure you go back and binge watch Game of Thrones. And there's like 10,000 comments of people going, nah, I don't think so. This is people being shitty to HBO.
Well, of course.
But like, yeah, it's just wild to me that like this thing was so important in American pop culture for like this flash in the pan of like 5 or 6 years. And then it wasn't. And not only is it not anymore, but we can never talk about it again. Like, we're just done with it now.
No, yeah. We just, like, signed off on it completely. We're like, nah, this is in the bin. We don't have to acknowledge it anymore. It was good while it lasted.
See you later.
Here's okay, I found the website. We're talking 68 episodes. For 67 episodes, their lowest rating was an 8 flat.
Wow.
And all the other ones were no lower than 8.5.
Oh, God.
Their highest ones were 9.9, 9.9, 9, just like 4 or 5 9.9 episodes. The very first episode of the last season was a 7.6. Within a few episodes, they'd fallen to a 5.5, and they ended the show out at a 4.1.
Ouch.
And they deserve it.
They do deserve it. They really took something that everybody loved and it's just.
I'll be totally honest. I mean, I really wanted to like it. I really did.
Yeah,
I did too. Yeah.
But man, in retrospect, no.
I refused to admit it for the longest time. Like I just flat out refused to admit it. But like, it was bad, dude. It wasn't like, you know what? Bad is not fair. It was
incorrect.
It was incorrect. Yeah, they copped out. They took it from it turned from a show about political intrigue and character study on this intermingling spider web of events.
Yeah, clever people manipulating each other to ascend the ladder. You know, like it's about people versus people and about smarts winning and occasionally, of course, bravery wins and strength wins, but smarts win. And then like the smartest guy on the show all of a sudden doesn't know anything about anything for a whole season.
And just fucks everything up.
Every every character arc, every bit of development that they were trying to go for the past 2 or 3 seasons just came to a screeching halt.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah.
Jamie, who famously broke his oath to protect King Aerys, going back on his... that's his whole thing, that he cares about the people more than who's in charge. It just goes running back to Cersei. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I think he even flat out says, like, I could care less about the people or something like that.
Yeah. It's like, dude, that's gone against everything that you've done for the last, 4 seasons. What are you doing?
There could have been so many better ways to end that show. But really what happened, they didn't ask the man with the plan. That's the thing. Or maybe he wouldn't tell them, but they got ahead of him and they had no idea how to hit. Like that just went like a car going off a cliff. It's like no guidance, just trajectory.
Yeah. I mean, you could tell the point where they started working for themselves. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like it's so direct. Oh God. Sorry, little pleasies burps. Good to know that we're going to get these stereo hi-fi burps.
Oh, dude, maybe even more hi-fi. I mean, you're getting like a compressed, like a range compressed version of that burp.
Yeah, liquidy smooth.
Tasty.
Yeah. You guys don't have to be in the room with me when it's happening. Sorry, we got off on a tangent there. Why are we fucked this week? Ben, let's start with you.
Well, we're fucked this week because of the protests against, the thing that doctors that have spent their entire lives studying for stuff like this are telling you should do. We're fucked because of that. Well, okay, we're not fucked because we're actually doing what we're told.
But we might be fucked because we might have to bump into these people.
Now, well, I'm obviously, keeping as many precautions in mind as we possibly can and all of that is fine. I think let them just keep doing it. Well, first of all,
I agree.
we can't legally stop them from doing it.
Yeah.
Peaceable protesting, whatever. But give it a month or two, and this problem will solve itself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
This is reminding me of Louis C.K.'s "Of course not, but maybe."
Yeah.
Of course we shouldn't just, of course we shouldn't, tolerate people putting us at risk through themselves. But maybe if we do, maybe they're all just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that'll look really good for the upcoming election, man. I see an awful lot of blue in the future if that keeps up. Just let them keep doing it. Let them fucking kill themselves. They fucking deserve it.
It really does piss me off. Like, I saw a picture today of some nurses that were blocking an intersection so that
ambulances could get through.
Yeah, right. And I saw a dude who had gotten out of his car to scream in the face of a guy who is a nurse wearing, like a respirator mask, hoping that he's not going to contract something from the guy who is screaming in his face.
God.
Frustrating.
I don't understand how you don't just punch that person in the throat at that point.
But dude, the nurse was jacked too. He so could have done it. Dude was like,
his male nurses are almost always jacked, man.
Yeah, I you know what? I don't know what that is, but I think you're probably right.
Health consciousnness, man.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
I don't see a lot of fat nurses, just not a lot of them.
not young, at least.
Yeah.
But when you get older, things happen, you know.
Yeah, this dude was just standing there with his arms behind his back, being like I'm sure he was thinking of 4 different ways to break this guy's fucking nose.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't want to fight a nurse. I'm sure they know more ways to injure me than most soldiers.
That's true. They know the body. They know all the vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's like the people that are doing this are the same people that, like, whenever an unarmed black teenager is choked to death on the streets of New York, or
right.
This is the same people who are just like, oh, well, you should have just, listened to the cop.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It's the same assholes who are like, well, now they're you're infringing on my rights, so I don't like it.
Exactly.
It's like,
no, you're right,
idiot.
It's like they're all for authoritarianism until it tells them to stay inside for a few weeks.
Exactly.
Right. It's the stupidest thing. I don't know.
So no one's ordering you to stay inside. You can go out, you can take walks, you can whatever.
Right.
It's just as it's been said over and over again, if you don't, it's at your own risk.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right.
I'm not going to feel sorry for any of these protesters if they keel over. I'm really not.
Yeah, me either.
Agreed.
100%.
I'll feel sorry if they catch it and give it to their kid.
Right.
I'll feel sorry for the kid. I won't feel sorry for the parent.
Well, it's like crazy.
Agreed.
The idea of like, okay, I was talking to my buddy Eric about this today, who is like a pastor right now, right? And he was talking about like, he's been doing his church services over the internet with his congregation. Yeah. He's not having people show up at church. People are pretty happy to do it this way. They're glad to not have to make the decision. And he says, I understand people saying that constitutionally, that maybe they should have their right to go out and be about. But, he takes this position that, like scripturally speaking, that it's important to, essentially follow the laws of your country and state as long as they don't interfere with your, religious rights or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about it, and I was like, you know what? The idea of giving up something of yourself to keep other people safe seems really Christian to me.
Uh-huh.
So why is it that so much of Christian America, like, this very religious country, has one foot in the, like, don't take my guns camp, and all that shit, and like also, I have the right to go out and infect as many people as I fucking want.
Because they're not real Christians is why. They're upset that they don't get to go to Applebee's anymore, so they figure public safety is off the table.
No true Scotsman goes to Applebee's, I will tell you that. No, I don't know. Just
over there?
What?
Do they have Applebee's in the UK?
I don't know.
I hope not.
I don't know. Applebee's is a pretty
it feels very American. It feels
I don't know. Applebee's sounds like a UK ass name to me. Like the kind of place where
Reginald Appleby.
They don't have an Applebee's in the UK.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Like an Applebee's where they sell like jellied eel on the appetizer menu or whatever they're fucking eating over there. Toast sandwiches.
Just like a bowl of bacon grease with some green peppers in it.
Very good.
That's practically a thing. I can't remember what exactly. The English pour over. Have you ever heard of an English pour over?
Oh, God.
Bloomin' haggis.
Yeah, I don't know. They got some gnarly stuff going on in England.
Yeah, it's not real food. It's just not.
It's whatever parts of the animal you can't use for other stuff. Testicles and liver.
Hey, don't knock testicles, man. I heard they're pretty good.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
I don't want to eat them.
Dave, why don't you tell us why you're fucked?
You know what? There's a lot of reasons. There's some good reasons. They're not coming to my mind today. I'll tell you. Here's the big one. Is all day today, all I could think about is smoking ribs, and now even this thing is going to involve more work and sacrifice to get together, because I got to go and wait at Home Depot with a mask on in line outside while they count people to go in to get smoker wood.
Right.
And then I got to do the same thing at the fucking butcher shop. And I guess I'm not really fucked. Like, those are that's a luxury. To be able to sit around and smoke some ribs is it's not a need. And I should really not complain. But
it still sucks.
Everything is a little harder now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even the basic things.
Yeah, you're allowed to feel some type of way about it. It's not fun.
Yeah.
Like we were just talking about how much we fucking resent the fact that we have to put a mask on every time we go out into public. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Wearing a mask with glasses is not pleasant.
No, it's not. It isn't.
It's already not pleasant enough for people, without glasses. But if you have glasses, it's next level annoying.
Oh yeah. Man. Plus, you look like a fucking dork
because of the glasses.
You fucking four-eyed piece of shit. No, yeah, it's all these little things are just a tiny bit more inconvenient. And the other thing is I'm starting to get used to the feeling of wearing a mask. It's I don't feel like I look stupid in it now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I hate doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not comfortable. It's just, it doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel right.
Yeah. And the other thing is about 40% of people aren't doing it anyway. So it's
right. I know.
So when they walk by you, you could just, it's just a little fuck you to you. I'm not wearing this for myself. I'm wearing this so you're not going to get something from me.
Right.
And other people are yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I know. Don't you want to just grab people and
punch them?
Just shake them until they, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. Nobody likes wearing the mask. Nobody knew who I was until I put on the mask.
If I took that off of you, would you die?
Would be extremely painful. Sorry. If I took that off of you, would you die? Yes.
So I got one more, and this is actually kind of a better one. I should have led with this. So you guys know I had a slow tire leak for a really long time, right?
No, I did not know that.
Okay, so I got this car last year in March. Okay, so that's a year and a month.
God, has it been that long already?
Yeah, since the accident and me getting the new car, that's been over a year.
Yeah. Jeez.
Now, here's the thing. The week I got it, it was leaking air in those tires. So I would go every week or so and put air in it, but increasingly it's gotten more and more. And now up until this week, it was losing 10 PSI a day.
Yeah, I've played that game before.
Right?
That's one of those things that you gotta just bite the bullet and go get it taken care of.
Well, I did.
Mm-hmm.
It took me 13 months to do it, and all it was they needed to fix the seal on one and pull a nail out of the other one. It cost me $60.
Yep. Yeah, I had a nail in mine. I kept filling that thing up for, literally a year. It was the same thing.
It's why? So that's why I'm fucked. Is what kind of a puss baby doesn't just deal with this thing?
Just go get it done.
Just go to the fucking What do I think they're gonna do? They're gonna flick my wiener and tell me I'm stupid? Just go and get it fixed.
Oh, that sounds awesome, actually. I want to go get that done.
Hey, I'm your 8:30 for the wiener flicking and the shame.
Yeah, you're so fucking stupid.
All right, that'll be $64.
Oh yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'm so stupid.
Oh, I'm so fucking stupid. Oh, that's funny. You there, Dave? I think Dave accidentally disconnected his headset. There he is. I heard something click there for a minute.
No, sorry about that.
But joys of having to do this.
Better make sure you're still recording on.
I am
on your thing. Okay.
I got the monitor up. We're still going.
Okay.
But anyway, that's it. Just I'm a little dumb, and they should have flicked my wiener and told me I was stupid.
$60. I'll tell you guys why I'm fucked.
Why are you fucked, Chris?
Because we're all locked up in our houses and the bill collectors don't stop.
No, they fucking don't.
Bills are still going. Apparently, being some fucking gutless loser who sits in their basement and calls people to collect on old debts.
It's a very lucrative business.
Yeah,
they should all
it's
be lined up and shot, but it's good business.
So it's still happening. My wife got something in the mail today from an old, thing, which again, she had talked to them. Like, it's not like we were just ignoring the payment. It's, she called them like a couple weeks ago and explained the situation, like I'm on unemployment and I'm not getting like the COVID benefit unemployment like everybody else is. I'm getting like the normal jive ass unemployment.
Yeah.
Which is fine because it's not like we're going anywhere. It's enough to get by and, the stimulus helped and all that stuff. But we're just making it, we're making it, we're like just making it. So, a lot of that stuff, like the payments are going to have to like either stop or get cut way, way down. And that was something she called and explained to them like 2 weeks before. They turned it into collections.
Oh my God.
Which is like, yeah, exactly. The fucking stupidest thing. So that's the first thing she had to deal with when she came home from work today. And it's like, fuck off. It's of all the times, can't you bother me like 3 months from now when all this is in the past? Go back to doing it then.
Yeah, just like hit the fucking snooze button, go back to your troll cave and hit me up in August.
Right. The thing I don't understand is like if I had the money, you would have the money. Right. Do you know what I mean? Like if I had it, rest assured, I don't want you to call me 3 times a day.
I don't think there are people sitting on top of like a Smaug-like pile of golden coins hanging up on their bill collectors.
Right. Exactly.
I don't think that's how that works.
No, it's not. It's people like my stupid fat ass who are, sitting at home playing on the computer all day.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
With no fucking job. It sucks. It's not good, dude.
Yeah.
And it's not something that is not handleable. It's just something that's really frustrating and annoying.
Have you considered faking your own death?
Yes, actually, I thought about it today when we cheated a little and went to the car wash behind the apartment and vacuumed out our cars because it was really nice today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought I was actually in line to go through the car wash and get the car cleaned. And I'm like, if I faked my own death, my wife would get my leftover 401k.
Yeah.
And the $20,000 life insurance policy on me.
And then you could just like show up later and be like, oh, I got better.
Just chuck my body into the Mahoning River and
you gotta get like a pig's body.
Right.
Put it in some Skechers and a denim jacket.
Like an AC/DC t-shirt.
He's just like plunk it in the river and wait till it's so badly decomposed they can't tell it's not you.
Perfect. It's bulletproof. It's frustrating. It's a big goddamn pain in the ass is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know. It's something we're gonna have to deal with, but it just doesn't feel like that should be essential business right now when people are like struggling to make their rent payment. And
no, absolutely not. You should just tell. I don't know. Tell them to fuck off.
Yeah, that's typically how I handle it. Is just like, fuck you.
For a really long time, I fielded calls like this and I just didn't answer them.
Yeah,
and I just watched the voice messages pile up of Mr. Dorgoski. This is a call for Mr. Dorgoski.
I think I regularly last season and the season before answered calls on the podcast and just went fuck off and then hung up the phone. So,
hey, you know what? Maybe that could be a feature, Chris.
Yeah, you could go back and listen to those. There's a couple of them I know where we were live and I was just like, fuck you! And like hung up the phone.
Why don't we work that into the podcast again?
It kind of feels like
it's a great COVID segment where whatever we're doing, you can interrupt and go, guys, it's time for my favorite segment.
Fuck off, you piece of shit!
Yeah, like fuck you and bill collectors, and then you just do it.
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
All right.
That could be the new game.
Yeah.
Literally make a recorded death threat over the phone.
Right.
So what you do is you just you pick one of us and you open the phone and you put your microphone up to the speakers of your headphones, and then one of us just has to have a conversation with those people.
Yeah.
There you go. Then I could just say, no, that wasn't me.
And it's just usually just me screaming. I think it would just be like that. Just fuck you, and
Yeah, you're a piece of shit.
Or maybe just some crying. Maybe just fake cry.
Well, I mean, I would do that, but I have a segment already.
Oh,
it's pretty good.
Do you want to wait till we do the fucking break?
Yeah, I was about to announce the break, Dave. If you gave me a goddamn second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please go ahead.
What I was gonna say is, and we'll get to play it after the break.
Oh, okay. Gosh, that makes a lot of sense.
Anybody remember what that game is called?
Yes, it was
Smoking and Drinking.
No, it was. What the fuck is it called? It's the one with the reviews.
Who said it? Ben.
Oh wait, no, Ben's is the one with the reviews.
Yeah. So we will be back momentarily, gentlemen and ladies, with Who Said It Best, and then the topic for this week's episode.
All right, sounds good.
All right,
stick around.
Welcome to the Three Dude Podcast. Hey, woo! Yeah.
You can find us at 3dudecast.com. If you're wondering whether that's spelled with the numeral 3 or the word 3, the answer is yes.
We're so proud of ourselves.
We're so clever. We're such clever boys.
Wow. We've switched hosting to Podbean. You can still find us on iTunes and Google Play. So give us a like.
Yeah, give us a like, give us a listen, give us a review somewhere.
Give us a sandwich.
Give us a high five.
Give us sponsorships.
Please give us a hug.
Give us that money. Googly eye has officially fallen off.
Oh, you know what, Chris? When I handed you when I put the mic out for you today, the googly eye fell off before I couldn't get it to stick again. So there's only one.
That's all right.
The other one is on my counter. I seriously considered super gluing it to the microphone before I was like, it's not this important.
We'll get we'll get better googly eyes and Groucho Marx eyebrows and a mustache.
I don't think anyone that listens to our show has actually seen that fucking thing.
I know.
But it's really nice, isn't it?
It is. Let me know when you guys are ready.
No, yeah, we're rolling right now.
Oh, are we? Oh,
yeah,
shit.
We're rolling right now. Hold on.
Welcome. I can't. Usually I can cock my head around the side of you and see if we've got this on, and then I'll usually say something into the microphone to acknowledge that I've noticed. Like, oh, are we rolling right now?
Guys, I need to tell you something right now.
Oh, yeah. No.
Chrissy just walked into my office with a spoonful of something called whipped honey.
Creamed honey.
Oh, yeah.
Honey.
Is it good?
It's really good.
Oh,
is there a little bit on there? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's important to know. We got a shout out to Mel who got mead and whipped honey. I didn't get the whipped honey. I got the mead, but I'm starting to regret the fact that I didn't get the whipped honey.
There's more whipped honey in the future.
Good.
Don't you worry, buddy. As long as we have bees on Earth, which will never stop happening.
Oh, no.
You know, in the past year or two, the bee population has actually started rebounding.
Yeah, isn't that great?
It's fantastic.
Yes.
And it happened because of no reason. It just happened for no reason at all.
Yeah.
I was thinking about planting a bunch of wildflowers in my yard because this is something you can actually do to make the bees happy, is give them fucking flowers, you know?
Yes.
And I got a big old lawn that right now serves as nothing but a toilet for 2 dogs. So, why not put some flowers down?
Absolutely.
You know?
I love a garden. It's a nice thing to have.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I typed bee into Google and then I forgot to type anything else. So now I'm just looking at the little thumbnail for Bee Movie.
Yeah, just Jerry Seinfeld leaning on his side like he's on a bearskin rug or something.
In the box cover, he's standing upright, I guess for composition purposes.
Yeah.
He's like rested his elbow on the edge of the box or whatever. But
what does this picture make you think of?
You're starting to think it's not a sunflower at all.
Early recommendation: look up a video called "What Could It Be?" BEE.
That's such a good recommendation. Because if they haven't seen that, that's insane.
Featured prominently on the r/infectious laughter subreddit. Yeah, it's actually one of the. It still makes me laugh. It's so funny.
Hey, we haven't even acknowledged that today is 4/20.
Oh, dude, fucking amazing.
Of 2020.
It is. It's 4/20 in April of the year 2020.
Yes, usually 4/20 is in April.
Yes, but it's 4/20 of 2020.
Right.
So
and as Snoop Dogg prophesied on the meme I shared with you earlier, there were 4/20s in 4/20 2020 at 4/20.
Whoa!
Yeah, right.
Fucking blaze it. Yeah, I'm taking a break, man. I got way too fucked up the other night. I know everybody.
It was kind of a great night to do it, though.
Yeah, it was. Everybody was all out getting, everybody's getting fucked up tonight. But I gotta take a little break. I got a little too wild the other night.
The setup is that America had collectively gathered together to watch not so great performances on shitty webcams.
Right.
In a essentially Live Aid for COVID, which
it was not Live Aid. That's what I kept saying. It was not Live Aid.
No,
it was bad.
Here's the thing. I really wanted to enjoy myself.
Me too.
I did.
That's why I got fucked up first.
Yeah, you had a really
the Stones were all right.
I didn't see that. I didn't tune in that early.
Yeah, that was the Stones and Lizzo were like. That's about it. They're all right.
You said one of the funniest fucking things that night, though, to me, which was, it was the final performance, and it's Andrea Bocelli and Celine Dion and Lady Gaga and then whoever the fuck else. And I'm listening and I'm going, oh my God, Celine Dion has the voice of an angel, and you said. Yeah, and so does Andrea. I want to suck his dick, Bocelli.
It was just, I don't know. It was what was in my heart at the time. He was just wailing there for a little bit, and I don't know.
So incredibly funny. I could not. I had to stop and read it to Christy. I'm like, this is the funniest fucking thing. Quote, I want to suck his dick, end quote. That was great, though. What a beautiful night for America.
It was. Here's how fucked up I got that night. I went to bed at 10:30.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That does not happen.
No, that's not normal.
Yeah. It's like it hit this point where I was just like, it got to the end of the concert and there were like 2 Lady Gagas on the screen. Right. And I'm like, I gotta go to bed. This is not good.
Yeah. I don't know. I did not get that fucked up that night. I'm trying to basically limit myself to I don't know, 6 out of 7 days of the week.
Yeah, right. Well, the thing is, we went to pro tip. El Cowboy was doing special rib smoking and carne asada steak, and they were doing takeout margaritas. So I drank 2 takeout margaritas along with my rack of ribs, and then I drank 6 beers, and then I, maybe did some other stuff too.
Yeah, dude, we got enchiladas from El Cowboy the other day, and got some of those margaritas too. They were fucking strong, man.
Yes, they were. They were definitely strong. I got halfway through the second one, and I'm like, ooh. They were not playing around.
Now, when you ordered, did they give you the opportunity to tip the driver?
Oh, we went to go pick it up.
Oh, okay. We got it for delivery, and I did not get I had to call back and say, hey, I didn't sign for the delivery, so that I don't have I wasn't able to tip my driver. Could I put more on my
on your bill? Yeah. They'll typically. I would imagine they would do that for you, right?
They did. It was just weird that I wasn't presented with the option until I asked to be presented with it.
Yeah, because when we went in person, we got to sign it, and I could leave a tip on there.
Yeah.
It was awesome, dude. That was a really good fucking deal for $12. I got a half rack of ribs, a big old heaping pile of potatoes, mac and cheese.
Oh, sick.
Coleslaw, street corn, and a margarita.
That sounds fucking good.
We had Hanami the other day, but it was so slow actually getting it.
Yeah.
Like the place was fucking packed, which is a good sign. I don't want them to go.
That was the same thing for us too. When we went to pick up dinner, I waited in a pretty long line, and my thought was like, oh God, I'm going to support Hanami because I'm afraid no one's going. And then I show up.
It turns out everyone's going.
Everyone's going. Like the girl flipped through a stack of receipts trying to find my order, and there were like no less than 10 to 15 receipts in that stack.
Wow,
which is fantastic.
That's great.
I love that fucking place. I love actually going there.
Yeah.
It just the fucking the sashimi we had was so good.
Yeah.
Shout out to the heroes also who are like buying free pizzas for people at Westside Bowl.
Yeah. Right?
Like if you guys don't know, they're Westside Bowl
guys.
Westside Bowl is like people are donating free pizzas basically. They're like paying for 10 or in one case 100 pizzas at a time.
Yeah.
And they're like buying them for people, so when people call to order, there's a free pizza. They just have to pay for the toppings that go on top of it.
Yeah.
Which is great because, like, I think we talked about it last week a little bit. Like, Westside Bowl is like the new Cedars.
Oh yeah.
For like, what was Cedars for us is like it's Westside Bowl now. It's like the place to go. So.
Oh yeah, you can fucking bowl. You can play Pac-Man, get drunk,
dude, and
have really good pizza.
Yeah. The thing is, they have Carling Black Label, which just sorry, it just tastes like college to me. It's like when I want to reminisce.
$2 can of beer.
Yeah, you can't beat it, man.
No.
I love Carling Black Label. I don't care how bad it is. It's just like
yeah, me too.
It ain't too terrible. It sure beats the beast.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's better than what I'm drinking right now, which is Milwaukee's Best Ice.
Thank you for bringing a couple cans of those over the other day. I don't want to sound ungrateful. The best beer is free beer, obviously.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, no problem. Absolutely. No, it's actually, and I want to give a special shout out to Dan, who like after I got fired, and it was like my second or third week of being unemployed, and my unemployment hadn't hit yet, and we were like down to like dire straits, money wise. And
not even good dire straits, like
no, it's like a Dire Straits cover band. with their lead singer Narc Mopfler.
It's like one of the songs where they just delve into jazz for no real reason.
Right. No, but seriously, like clutch shout out to Dan, who like when I was down to literally the last pennies in my bank account, showed up at my doorstep with a 30 case of Milwaukee's Best and has saved my life.
Aw.
So yeah.
That was really nice of him.
Yeah. Anyway, enough of that fucking horse shit. Do you guys know what time it is?
I think it's time.
It's time for Taylor. Time for Taylor right now.
No, you guys.
It's time.
It is time. Do you know what? I'll give you a hint. Are you ready? You ready for this hint?
Yeah. What? What? Chris, I can't hear all of it. Do it again. What
are you doing?
Where are you? What happened?
You guys don't remember from last time, do you?
No, dude, you gotta get the microphone closer or something. It just cut out a bunch. What is it? Do it again. Okay, hold on. It's the Price is Right theme, but we're only getting like every half second of it.
It's probably the bit rate spiking.
Dude, I can't wait till you hear how bad this sounds.
Apart from cutting out, it sounds fucking terrible.
It's the slowed down Prices Right theme.
Oh, okay.
That's why it sounds awful. That's right.
That's how I introduced it last time. Chris, I wasn't sure how that was going to translate through this microphone.
It was terrible. We couldn't hear it at all.
No, please never do that again.
So,
yeah,
are you guys ready to play Who Said It Best?
Yes.
Excellent.
I like
excellent.
games.
This is for those of you listeners who are tuning in for the first time. This is Who Said It Best, which is my contribution to the Games of the Three Dude podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It is a show in which I will read you a quote. I will read the other two dudes a quote. This quote could be from a fictional character. It could be from a real life person. It could be from, I don't know, fuck it, whatever, a machine.
It could be something I read on a Cracker Jack box. It could be something I read on the bathroom wall.
Right.
A fortune cookie.
Yeah, actually.
A racial slur yelled out of a window.
The point is, I will have a quote, and after I read this quote, I will give the other dudes 5 options as to who this quote is from. Again, could be a fictional character, could be a real person. It doesn't matter. I'm going to try and mix and match it. I'm going to try and make it diverse, and I'm going to try and make it tough. Mm-hmm. I chose 5 names, not 4, because 5 makes it harder, and there's basically 2 against 1 here. So, and I'm trying to fucking win. So, fuck it, whatever. 5 is better than 4. Need I remind you 2 dudes that I won the first 2 Who Said It Best.
Yes.
Oh, I did not remember that.
Yeah, I beat you both last time. Ben was close. I think you had it and then you changed at the last minute, as I recall.
I did. You're right.
But yeah, I am winning 2-0 apiece for both of you right now. So let's see if you can change it this week. I'm going to do another 2 for you this week because I have a lot of these and I think it's fun if we do 2 a week. So
I think you're right. That's a good
sound
pace.
good to you guys?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't really care. We don't have to do it.
No,
we could skip it.
It's kind of like my thing.
Well,
dude, so,
yeah, but I don't know.
Whatever. Fucking okay. So, gentlemen, I pose the question to you. Who said it best when they said, "So it's come to this, a pointless, miserable end to a shallow, meaningless life. But it is as it should be. It's the hand I've been dealt, and I have to play it as it lies."
Ooh. God, that sounds familiar.
Really familiar.
Was that A, Dominic Toretto from the Fast and the Furious franchise? Was that B, Ellis Redding, or the character of Red from the Shawshank Redemption? Was that C, Richard Eugene Hickok, who was one of the murderers featured in Truman Capote's classic novel In Cold Blood? Is it D, Ernest P. Worrell, played famously by Jim Varney, of course? Or is it E, Robert Pilatus, who is one half of Milli Vanilli? I wrote here deceased because this is the half of Milli Vanilli who killed himself later. So,
okay, can you read the quote again?
Yes, the quote is, "So it's come to this, a pointless, miserable end to a shallow, meaningless life. But it's as it should be. It's the hand I've been dealt, and I have to play it as it lies." Your choices are Dominic Toretto from Fast and the Furious, Red from the Shawshank Redemption, Richard Eugene Hickok, one of the murderers from In Cold Blood, Ernest P. Worrell, played by Jim Varney, or Robert Pilatus, one half of Milli Vanilli, the dead half of Milli Vanilli.
Chris, this is dark. This is really, even for this show, the thought of Ernest clutching his chest as he utters these dying words.
Poet of our times, Jim Varney.
I'm not entirely convinced it's not him. I
have a guess. I want to hear what Dave says first, though.
Oh, God. I'm almost certain it's not Red.
Okay.
I'm almost, I really don't, I'm hoping it's not the dead half of Milli Vanilli. Holy shit, man. I don't know anything about the murderer of that Cold Blood or whatever is about or whatever.
Did you know that
sorry.
Milli
Go ahead.
Vanilli is Latin for 1,000 vanillas?
Sorry.
To go, please.
No, Richard Eugene Hitchcock. If you've never read In Cold Blood, it's basically a story about these two guys who get a bummed, like burglars, who get a bum tip that this farmer's family is rich, and they break into his house to rob him. But the guy doesn't have any of his money. He does have some money, but it's not like an enormous amount. And these two basically murder the entire family.
In cold blood.
In cold blood. He said it. Looking for the cash, and they're like two not very bright people. The murder took place in Kansas. Capote was tasked with writing the story on it, and then he compiled basically all his writings on it for In Cold Blood, which is a really good nonfiction novel.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna guess Ernest. Honest to God, it's so familiar to me, and none of the other things are familiar. So I'm gonna say Ernest. I can't remember.
You going with Ernest?
Yeah, I think it might actually be fucking Ernest.
Okay, Ben, do you have a guess?
I think it's Red because I think it's from before. Yeah, because I think it's from before his final parole hearing.
Yeah.
I think it's Red. It sounds familiar, and Shawshank Redemption is the only one of these I'm really familiar with.
Yeah, Shawshank is top 5 favorite movies. I love that flick. I never get tired of watching it.
I haven't seen it in years though, so I'm not certain.
It's a good one. Are we locking in our final answers here?
Yeah, but I'm kind of regretting mine because I think Ben's right.
Do you want to switch?
Nah, let's keep it interesting. Keep the spread alive. I'm going Ernest.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but just to keep it interesting.
Okay. So, Ben, when you said that, let me remind everybody of the quote again. So it's come to this, a pointless, miserable end to a shallow, meaningless life, but it's as it should be. It's the hand I've been dealt, and I have to play it as it lies. Ben, you guessed that was read from the Shawshank Redemption. You were... Wait a minute.
Oh, that's the bad sound. We only heard a little bit of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is not going to work through this microphone.
No, it's not. Well, how loud is your phone?
It pretty loud.
All right. Okay.
That is incorrect. It is not read from the Shawshank Redemption. That is a good guess, though, which is why I made that. Dave, excuse me. Your guess was Ernest P. Worrell.
Please let it be Ernest.
Played, of course, by Jim Varney. And that was correct.
Yes!
That quote is taken from Ernest Goes to Prison. I like to write little facts about all the people that I write quotes from here. So that quote's taken from Ernest Goes to Prison. Worth noting that Jim Varney played the character of Ernest in at least 9 movies, with a 10th film in production that was shelved after his death from lung cancer. I also wrote a second quote from Jim Varney here. Jim Varney famously smoked a lot of cigarettes.
I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, he died very young from lung cancer, like 4 or 5 pack a day smoker.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I have another quote here from Jim Varney that is actually pretty apt with the first quote. He was asked if he was a chain smoker, and he said, "Nah, I'm not a chain smoker. They're real hard to light, and you have to carry that big torch around."
Man, the world is not as good without Jim Varney in it.
It is not. Really sad that he died. So I figured the best way to honor him is to put a stupid quote from one of his movies in.
Now, was that Ernest, or was it the bad Ernest that was in that movie?
No, that was Ernest.
Okay, because there was the bad guy Ernest, or is that Scared Stupid? I can't remember.
I can't remember. It's been so long.
Scared shitless.
Ernest nuts himself. Okay. So,
okay.
Tiger zoo in Oklahoma.
Yeah. Ernest kills that bitch Carol Baskins.
That fucking bitch Carol Baskins. Okay, so I will leave the next quote up to you two gentlemen. Do you want me to turn this up to hard mode, or do you want a nice? I guess neither of these are easy. One of them is so basic and so simple that it's going to be very hard for you to guess with any degree of logic or reasoning. The other one you could make some arguments about.
I'm not sure I understand. How hard do you want to make this?
Yeah. Do you want hard or really hard?
You want to make it hard. How are you going to do that?
No, I'm saying I have several other quotes here. Do you want a hard one or a really hard one?
I think I want it hard. Don't you want it hard?
Oh, I want it so hard, but do you want it really hard?
Yeah, you know what? I think I do want it really hard. Ben, how do you want it?
I want it really hard. We are in our 30s.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you this quote, and you're both gonna go, "Oh, come on."
Okay. It's gonna be nondescript, and we're gonna be pissed off.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The quote is,
Right.
and let me ask you, who said it best when they said, "I had no intention of anyone ever finding out what I had done"? Was that A, Bernie Madoff, B, Oscar Schindler, C, Bill Clinton, D, Henry Hill, who was the gangster famously profiled in Goodfellas, or E, Jared Fogle?
Okay, I'm ruling out Fogle right off the bat. I'm ruling him out.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know why. Just that. I don't know. I can't imagine him having a venue to say that.
What? How exactly does the quote go again?
I had no intention of anyone ever finding out what I had done.
All right.
What I had done at the end.
Madoff, Clinton, Fogle, the Goodfellas gangster.
Schindler.
And
Oscar Schindler. Yep. Henry Hill. Yep.
When you're talking about Henry Hill, you're talking about the actual guy and not the character in the movie.
I am talking about the actual Henry Hill.
Okay. If you were to shorten his first name, what would he be called?
Well, I don't know about all that.
God.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
It's nothing, Karen. I hit a skunk. Get the kids inside. Whoa.
Whoa. Shit. Okay, I'm torn. A part of me really.
This was going to be a hard one.
It's so hard. I can't believe how hard you made it.
Is Oscar Schindler the character Oscar Schindler in the movie or the actual Oscar Schindler?
The real life Oscar Schindler.
The real life Oscar Schindler.
Incidentally, every one of the people I have listed here, I did one that was just all the real life people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So these are all real people, right?
Yeah. Same with Bernie Madoff. HBO did a movie about him a couple years back that was really good, starring De Niro. But this is the real life Bernie Madoff that we're talking about here.
I'm going to say Oscar Schindler.
Okay. Reasoning?
There's some really good reasons to think that. I think
it just feels right. I think if the portrayal of him in Schindler's List is accurate to his actual personality, he never made a fanfare out of it. And in fact, he probably shouldn't have, because if he had been discovered doing the things he was doing,
he would have been shot.
He would have been captured and shot. Yeah. So I'm saying Oscar Schindler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dave, do you have a guess?
Well, what I'm thinking is, if it was Madoff or Fogle, they wouldn't want to say this in basically what would be their only venue to say it, which would be their sentencing statement.
Right.
So it doesn't feel right for, when you're being sentenced to be like, I can't believe you fuckers caught me.
Well, that's not really. I don't know. I think it's if you're being sentenced, it's some kind of twisted reasoning where you're like, it's some sort of manifestation of the feeling of not being sorry that you did it, but being sorry that you were caught.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a thing you would say there. I think you would only talk about the guilt that you'd carried the whole time you did something. I don't think you really dwell on how devious you plan to be.
Well, that's a pretty strong argument for Clinton in that case.
But I don't think it's Clinton either, because his whole thing for a long time was not even really fully admitting that he lied.
Not legally
sexual relations with that woman. Miss Lewinsky.
Yeah, like dancing around it in legalese.
Yeah, and then when he finally had to admit to people that he lied, he still didn't really want to seem like a conspirator in something.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'm actually kind of leaning towards Henry Hill.
Okay. Reasoning behind that?
The reasoning behind it just feels like the process of elimination leaves me with him.
Okay. Gentlemen, are we ready to lock in our final answers?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, Ben, you are locking in Oscar Schindler. Dave, you are locking in Henry Hill. Is that correct?
Uh-huh.
Ben.
Yeah, you're doing me first, so I know I'm wrong.
No, that doesn't. Hey, important to note: if you guys get one right, I might start with the person who's right first. I wanted to make that
Oh yeah.
When I did the notes for myself for this thing, I wanted to make that well known. I might start with the correct person first, so keep that in mind.
Okay.
I wanted it to be ambiguous. Incidentally, you are not correct. It is not Oscar Schindler.
You son of a bitch.
Dave.
Yes. I'm also
when you said Henry Hill, the gangster profiled in Goodfellas, you were also not correct.
No! Wah, 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 wah.
The correct answer is Jared Fogle.
Shut up. No way.
Fun fact, this quote was not made about his sex crimes, but about his weight loss.
About the fact that he basically got his stomach stapled.
Yeah, the fact that he
we did eat the sandwiches, dude. He ate the sandwiches.
Yeah, he ate the veggie sandwich. The cold cut combos. He lost all that weight eating Subways.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what this quote is about. It has nothing to do with his convicted sex abuse of minors. It was about him losing weight with Subway.
It really
Subway. Please forget that we paid a sex offender millions of dollars
since the 1990s. Did you also watch that Subway sketch?
I did.
My God.
Yeah.
Another early rec. Watch
Auntie
Donna. Yeah.
Jared Fogle, proof that you can, in fact, eat too fresh.
It says a lot about Jared Fogle and whatever life he's lived that the most noteworthy thing he did wasn't lose 300 pounds.
It was beating off the children.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Why, yes, Ben. That is more noteworthy.
All right. Should we call it a game this week?
Yeah, I think we have to. Yeah.
Okay. I have plenty more of these, so we will be back the next time I host with more Who Said It Best. Incidentally, I am having a ton of fun coming up with these. I'm very happy that I have a good game.
Great game.
But it's funny that we should end on the note of Subway because and Jared Fogle because I want to talk about sex abuse.
Woo! A lighthearted sex abuse episode.
Fun, uplifting topic for the whole family.
Yeah, just what America needs right now.
We were talking about takeout earlier, and it is apt that we end with Subway because I wanted to do a topic on restaurants.
We
were for the haha business episode that we did last week. I said that if I had a chance to open my own business, it would be something like a breakfast restaurant or a food truck.
Yeah.
So I got to thinking, what are your favorite restaurants? What's the best meal you've ever had when you were out somewhere? What's the most exotic place you've ever been to go get something to eat? What are you looking forward to when this quarantine bullshit is done?
Oh, yeah. That's the thing is, I think about this every day.
Same here. It's gonna be Dingles. I'm going to Dingles. I'm getting a ribeye steak. a glass of Macallan, and a tall fucking Miller Lite.
There you go. Dangles.
Drangles.
I'll tell you
drungles.
I'll tell you the best meal I ever had at a restaurant was when Aubrey and I went to Chicago.
Yeah.
That week that I proposed to her, we went to Shanghai Terrace, which is in downtown Chicago. It's just this. It's on like the 4th or 5th floor of this hotel. It's as its name implies, it's got a terrace that looks out over downtown. We didn't eat outside because it was supposed to rain that evening.
Yeah.
But I had maybe the best meal at a restaurant I've ever had there, which was Szechuan style Chilean sea bass.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Real talk, Chilean sea bass is like stupid expensive, but also stupid good.
It was so good. Crispy on the outside, light and flaky on the inside, perfectly cooked. Washed it down with a glass of Macallan 18, I think.
There you go.
My man.
The best glass of scotch I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, you're talking my language right now.
Aubrey had Peking duck with mandarin pancakes.
Oh.
So he basically put the slices of duck in the pancake, top it with cucumber, pour the duck sauce and the what was the other sauce? A plum sauce over it, roll it up and eat it like that. And when we told them that we had just gotten engaged, they brought out a glass of champagne for each of us and a congratulatory chocolate cake with congratulations written on it in Chinese.
Oh, that's cool.
That's like really nice.
Like the size of like a jumbo Snickers bar, like something, real decadent. And
real talk, the best part about like getting engaged or getting married is all the shit people will do for you for free.
Right.
After they find out. Yeah. Everybody's super excited about it.
Yeah. People.
Oh, she was telling everyone she could too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't tell you how many fucking free desserts we got in Disney because people find out we just got married. Like it was legit. That sounds incredible.
That was probably the best meal I've ever had at a restaurant ever.
How much did you pay for that? Because like if you were to get Chilean sea bass here, it's like $35 a pound. It's like crazy expensive.
My dad, when I told him what my plans were, he basically told me, get a thing, put it on the credit card I gave you for emergencies, and I'll pay for it.
Yeah, that's nice.
I can't remember exactly how much it was, but it was so good. Again, best meal I've ever had at a restaurant.
Oh yeah,
by far.
Yeah, Chilean sea. I've looked it up before because it's like a fish delicacy. It's like one of those things that you've got to have once before you die.
Something that doesn't taste like anything else, huh?
Right. Yeah. Incidentally, it's not bass. They just call it Chilean sea bass for convenience. I can't remember what kind of fish it is, but it's not actually a bass.
No, but yeah, and the sauce was perfect. It's Szechuan style, is spicy.
Oh
and again, it just crispy on the outside, flaky on the inside. It
beautiful.
Was perfect. I don't think I've ever had better fish in my life.
Absolutely beautiful.
I got to tell you, the one of the things I miss like already is fucking Maine Moon.
Yeah,
man.
Maine Moon didn't stay open during all this. They didn't do the carryout thing, and we're not sure why.
They probably don't have to.
Well, right. Yes, exactly. That's the thing. They've been running that business independently for however long. They live across the street in a house that's probably paid off. They don't have to do anything, but God, I miss it.
Nothing wrong with good old fashioned Chinese steakout.
Oh no.
Yeah,
absolutely not. I love. You can't beat it. It's like one of life's few pleasures.
One of the most perfect things is just like a hot mess of like heavily seasoned, sticky sweet chicken.
Oh yeah,
please and thank you.
Good old General So.
What about your restaurant? What's the best meal you've ever had at a restaurant?
At a restaurant?
Yeah.
God, that's so hard to say.
Yeah, it's a tough question.
I don't know. I'm typically I'm typically pretty easily pleased anywhere except within the Akron metropolitan area where everything is bad. And I won't talk about it now, but they know what they did. But there've been a handful of meals that really, really impressed me. And I think you know what? Usually, like here's the thing I really like, and I'll never get to eat again, is a scallop hibachi meal at Tokyo House.
Don't remind me.
Tokyo House.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It makes me really, really fucking sad. Like,
yeah, dude, it was like a staple for decades.
Yeah.
There was such an indescribable quality about that made it feel home cooked. You know, the rice would always come out just ever so slightly charred on the bottom. You know.
Yeah.
The onion and egg that he would mix into it, the homemade yum sauce.
Oh.
It was
that they would give to you in a fucking Kool-Aid pitcher.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. The thing is, you go somewhere else and they give you a little spoonful of sauce and they go, "Well, I hope that's enough." And you go, "It isn't." And they go, "We don't care," and they walk away. He would give you a fucking giant Kool-Aid pitcher full of mayonnaise.
Here's a pitcher full of sweet mayo. Just let me piss some sake into your mouth, you fucking animal.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck it. You'll pay me. You don't care.
Here you go.
But I miss that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do too. He was like exponentially better than any. I've been to a lot of hibachi restaurants in my life, but his is like, maybe it's just that hometown charm kind of thing, or like the
it's a number of things. It's a number
waiting
of things.
in line for 2.5 hours to get your meal, and
it felt a little exclusive. It definitely felt like homey and local, and the quantities were kind of enormous, and Ken had like a personality unlike anyone. Like the last time I was there was with Drew and Scott, and it was like right when they had. I think it was pretty close to when they started dating, and Ken kept calling Scott Hollywood because his hair was up a little bit. so he kept going Hollywood, and like. Scott, like, how he'll just like grin and be like, "Come on," and the whole time he was cooking us dinner, he was telling us that story about that dude that had just got arrested in Youngstown for fucking a dog.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Right? So we're like he's cooking us dinner and he's saying shit like, "Do you think the guy asked the dog, like, is it good for you?"
Just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's raunchy as hell, but I miss it.
Yeah,
I miss it a lot.
Yeah, and he could feign cultural ignorance too.
Exactly. He knew exactly what the fuck he was doing because he could just he could say anything and it would just run off him like rain off a duck or whatever the expression is.
Poop through a diarrhea infested goose.
Poop through a diarrhea infested.
Remind me.
That was hockey commentary. That was actual hockey commentary.
Poop through a diarrhea-infested goose.
That was, Jamie Benn dancing through the defensive line.
Unbelievable.
My favorite part about it is the other two guys like paused for a minute and gave that breath, and then like they had to turn away from the mic and like laugh it out before they continued.
Just gotta come back like, okay.
Oh, that's so funny.
Chris, if you don't talk at least at one point during this episode about that was it the Kobe steak that you had?
Oh, it was Wagyu. It was A5 Wagyu. Yeah. Actually, that was one of the things I was going to bring up. The best like outright meal that I've ever had at a restaurant was, we went to this place in California, and it was like middle California. And it was this one of those things like I was 17 years old and we went to go visit my aunt and uncle who lived up north in Northern California. And then partway through the vacation, we went down south to go visit my cousin Emily and her fiance at the time. Mm-hmm. And we were, if I remember correctly, we had already left. We were on our way back up towards Northern California for the like the tail end of the trip. And there's two meals to me that stand out among the best that I've ever had, and they were both from that section of the trip. The first was at a little homey mom and pop Italian place. I didn't even want to say
homie.
Bring me eggs.
Eggs for Bart.
I need eggs for Bart.
Sorry.
Sorry. No, the first was at this little. I hesitate to call it actually a mom and pop place because they presented like the fine dining aspect to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
But it's clearly like a locally owned restaurant. It's just like it's a little bit upscale.
Yeah, it was. It was one of those places where like they had a maitre d'. You know what I mean?
Well, that seals it.
Yeah, right. Like, the second you walk in and there's a guy with a tuxedo who's like the guy, like front of house, right?
It's that guy.
When you go to a restaurant and they actually have, like, they spend the money for a front of house.
That's what I was going to say. They care that much about what you leave feeling.
Right. I can't, for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of it. It began with a name. It was like Armando's or something like that. My stepmom, incidentally, has it written down because, it was a place that when they moved out there, they went back to, if I remember correctly. But it was this little homemade Italian place, and they had everything. Like the charm was perfect. They had like behind the bar an enormous wine cellar, like just a gigantic selection of wines and spirits.
Oh hell yeah!
Cognac, scotch, all sorts of stuff. And the maitre d', who had been there with the head chef literally since the opening of the restaurant 35 years prior when I went, knew everything. So like he could speak to, he'd be like, well, what are you thinking about having for dinner? You know what I mean? And he could speak to what would complement what vintages were the best. And it was great. I was 17, so I unfortunately didn't get the chance to drink, but I remember they had at the front of the bar, they had this cognac there that was 180-year-old cognac.
Oh my God.
And it was in a sealed glass case with a security alarm on it. And
that's
the bottle
almost
was
as old
like
as America, for God's sake.
Exactly. But yeah, it was like this like thing. And I asked the guy incidentally, I'm like, just stupid question, how much is that? And he said, for one glass, he's like about $385. I was like, oh my God. Like, wow. This is one of those things that's like, it's one of those things like, okay, like the Wagyu, where it's like, yeah, maybe one day.
Yeah.
You throw your money away at something stupid like that and just, give it a shot. But I digress. The actual meal itself, it obviously was a place with a maitre d' and an actual chef. Everything was homemade, and I mean like home fucking made. I got a plate of gnocchi and greens, and if you've ever tried to make your own pasta, and in particular if you've ever tried to make your own gnocchi dumplings, they are particularly fussy. And it's very easy. The line between little thin wisps of nothing and gigantic lead weights that sit in the pit of your stomach for hours is very fine. And he managed to make these little hand-rolled, beautiful dumplings that just literally melted apart in your mouth. It was excellent.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And it's very tricky. I like to make my own pasta too, but dumplings I always end up making them like way too dense.
I have never made a dumpling.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
it is not fun. It's a big pain in the ass. It's always really rewarding when you're done.
No, Dave, didn't you make one day? Because I remember we were fucking around with those dumpling wrappers. We made something.
Wait a minute. No, not like
He means by hand. He means like pasta.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
You're talking about like taking like those square thingies and folding something up in them.
No, I'm talking like gnocchi rolled dumplings with the little lines on the outside and like rolled on a pasta board and
Every time you say maitre d', I picture like it's like the maitre d' is the fucking tow mater from Cars. It's just like an obnoxious tow truck that blows through the dining room.
Y'all.
Just like shoves his buck teeth in your face and asks what you want.
See, I always think of a friend like me from Aladdin. Life is your restaurant, and I'm your mater.
Okay.
It's so fucking.
It's the first time I ever heard that word.
Oh.
Howdy, y'all. You want some of our cognac?
I can't reach it, seeing as I don't have arms.
Y'all want some of our cognac?
I'll be your tow maitre d' this evening. Get her done.
Honk, honk.
Oh, that's so stupid. Yeah, but it was one of those places where we went and everybody got, several glasses of wine and, except me because I was 17. Again, and it sucks. Remember how bad that sucked when you were a kid?
to not drink?
Yeah. I long
for the days when I didn't mind not drinking.
No, I mean, it was great. Everybody else had similar experiences. Everybody was like, by the time we were done, we had all had the full 4-course meal, 5-course meal, the soup, salad, appetizer, aperitif, the actual main course, and then dessert and coffee, as well as several drinks they got to have. Yeah. But it was one of those rack up a big bill places because everything was just so good that we kept going and going.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I can see that.
And the head waiter, the maitre d', took care of us, which was really cool. So that was maybe the best full restaurant meal I ever had. I had homemade tiramisu there.
Man.
Early recommendation: if you guys are ever in Southern California. Check out a place called Mastro's. It's a very famous restaurant that's been there for a long time. Mastro's, there's Mastro's Steakhouse and Mastro's Ocean Club. I think featured very famously on the Kardashians years after I had been there. But they have this dessert on the menu called warm butter cake, and that is the best dessert that I've ever had in my life.
Does it taste exactly like I hope it does?
It does. Actually, the thing is,
sugary.
One of the things that my mother-in-law bought for me for Christmas last year was my little 4-inch springform cake pans. So, and there is a copycat recipe for Mastro's warm butter cake, and I have made it before, and it is indistinguishable from the actual Mastro's butter cake. So if you guys would like Mastro's butter cake, I can actually make it for you. It is fucking incredible. It is one of the best things ever. There are 4 sticks of butter in this recipe.
Wait, hold on.
Just in the cake.
Let me make sure I understand this. It fills 2 4-inch circular, 4-inch diameter cake pans.
Yeah.
Of what height? 2 inches in height?
Yeah, about 2 inches. Springform cake pans.
and 4. That means each of those gets 2 whole sticks of butter.
Oh, I think the 4 sticks is I think that makes 3 or 4 cakes, if I remember correctly. But incidentally, there's just 4 sticks of butter in the cake batter. There's also a creamy, a cream cheese filling that goes in the center part of the batter. That has another stick of butter in it.
Is Paula Deen involved in this restaurant in any way?
It is incredible. I can't describe.
Of course it is.
It's so rich and so heavy. That came from the same trip. We went there. We got bone and ribeye steaks, which were excellent. Among the top 5 best steaks I've ever had. Yeah. But yeah, I got the warm butter cake too. Really, really good. Those are my 2 big meals. The biggest one was that restaurant in California.
Yeah.
It was just so very good. But
I want to switch gears if we can.
Yeah, let's do it.
What is the most fucking disappointed you have ever been in a restaurant?
Ooh, that's a tough call.
Because this could be really fun, and I will start to give you some time to think about it. I've been disappointed many times, but I think I probably talked about this on the podcast recently too. I probably did. I'm probably repeating myself. Fuck it, who cares? It is at Luigi's in Akron.
Oh, I don't know if I know that.
Luigi's. Yeah, I don't know if I know this either.
Luigi's is a wonderful place.
Okay.
I don't want to shit talk Luigi's as an establishment. They're a wonderful place. They make a very good pizza. They have a salad that they top with like a pound of cheese. Like,
oh my God, yes.
It's unbelievable. Like you like half the salad is cheese. I do not want to shit talk Luigi's. But let me ask you boys a simple question. What is a meatball splash?
It's a
meatball sandwich with provolone cheese and sauce.
Right.
Okay. Would you say what would that sandwich be? What would it be in?
A bun.
Like a long bun, not like a 6-inch bun.
Like a sub bun.
A sub bun, at least a 6-inch bun.
And there'd be maybe 2 or even 3 meatballs inside of it.
Oh, dude! If there's only 2 meatballs, then you are at a cheap ass restaurant.
You're going to be even angrier, and it would be topped off with sauce and cheese.
Yes.
That's a meatball splash.
Yes.
I agree with you. Let me tell you what Luigi's thinks a meatball splash is.
Oh no!
It's a bowl that ostensibly in it just has like a pool of red sauce and a big meatball in the middle.
That's just a meatball.
And it's only when you really get in there with your fork that you realize that there's a drowned piece of white bread at the bottom of it.
Oh, no.
It's the single most disappointing Italian dish I've ever eaten in my life.
Oh, okay. Listen, man, there's a long tradition of great culinary foods. Great culinary foods. There's a long tradition of great food that goes atop white sandwich bread.
Yeah, sure.
Nashville hot chicken, open face sandwiches, things like that.
Yeah, right.
A meatball splash. It is a crime against nature.
Yeah.
To not make a meatball splash in a sub bun.
Now, I'll tell you what I would have tolerated. Let's say that bread is toasted, and let's say that the whole surface is covered sort of the way you do with a pizza, where you take the back of the spoon, you run the sauce to the edges, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like 2 small meatballs and some cheese on top.
Even then, that's not a meatball splash.
No, it isn't.
2 meatballs on some garlic bread.
But I would have tolerated it. I would have looked at that and went, that's a weird meatball splash, and then ate it. And I wouldn't be talking about it right now.
Oh, God.
It was actually a soggy piece of white bread covered in sauce. You couldn't even see it, and a big meatball in the middle.
That makes me angry for you.
Dude, it made me really angry.
I want to call them and send that back.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, that meatball splash you served 4 years ago, I'm sending it back. In a bag.
So, okay, the one time, this is going to sound stupid, but the one time that really sticks out to me of like a bad restaurant experience. Okay. You guys remember when Rockneys was in town?
Oh my God, do I ever. A lot of bad things happened in that kitchen.
Thank you. Okay, so like Rockneys is one of those places that like you ever go to a restaurant on somebody's recommendation and you hear like everybody tells you, you got to go there. Oh, you got to go there. It's so good. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I bet they all told you had to get that potato soup.
Yeah. They did.
Which was not the worst thing on the menu by far.
No, it was not. But like, okay, you know those people. White people, let's be real.
Tasteless people.
Which is why this is true. I stopped taking food recommendations from white people because they just have no taste. They don't know what they're talking about.
I think you're right.
They're not very good judges of flavor or character.
They're not very good.
They're not very good.
At the risk of being equally racist, I think you're right about maybe 80% of white people, maybe 70 being generous.
Yeah. And I remember it was one of those places where everybody was like, "Oh, you got to go to Rockneys. Rockneys is so good." I remember I went there and I ordered a pork sandwich, right? Okay. Which is like real easy, right? It's basically just like a pork chop on some sandwich, like on a bun, basically.
Oh, so it's not pulled pork, it's like shaved pork or sliced pork?
No, it's like a pork chop sandwich. Like it's just like a pork loin sandwich, right?
That's easy.
Pork chop sandwiches.
Super easy. How do you fuck up so like, okay, being a lover of food as I am, pork chop sandwiches are like a famous New Orleans thing.
Okay.
Like dirty fried pork chop sandwiches.
It's like a pork chop po' boy kind of thing.
Yeah, on a bun, like breaded pork chops, bone in on a bun. That's a NOLA classic, right?
Sure.
So what I got when I went to Rock, like it's two things that I ordered, right? It's French fries and a sandwich, and they sent me this thing. It looked promising because the bun looked good.
Okay.
They sent me the sorriest looking piece of pork I've ever seen in my life. It was gray, like it didn't get fried; it got steamed.
No.
And there was not only were there no sauce, cheese, or toppings on it, but it was overcooked. It was dry, and there was no seasoning. It's like they cut their own pork chop off of a loin. Like stewed it in a pan.
They put it in a pan on top of some other shit so it never really made contact.
Right.
And forgot about it for a while.
Like cook that fucker to like 185 and then put it on a sandwich roll and send it out to me with some greasy ass French fries.
That is deplorable.
And I remember I was young when that place was open.
You're talking like high school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember it was like, that was not the exact moment where I stopped taking white people's food recommendations.
It started it though, didn't it?
But it started the like, I don't know if you know what's good.
Yeah. I can see that.
It pissed me off, dude. There's nothing worse than under-seasoned food.
So they used to make a burger. I think it was called the Mac the Knife. Like the Sinatra
that
song. I'm not sure if I can.
Bobby Darin, excuse me, Dave. Not Sinatra. Bobby Darin.
Didn't Sinatra also do it?
He might have, but like Bobby Darin's right. Anyway, fuck it.
So the thing is, Rockneys as a company still exists. First of all,
that's unfortunate.
And they still sell this burger. They call it Max the Knife. On their website, it is listed as costing $9.25. And it's a double-decker burger that has 4 beef patties, melted cheese, lettuce, pickles, onions, and their special sauce.
I think I remember that. A Big Mac, right?
Yeah, and what they would do is they would serve it to you with a big fucking steak knife drilled through the heart of it so you know it's dead.
I'm actually on the Rockneys website right now. What kind of like 1990s ass website am I looking at here?
Dude, I don't know. Their slogan is fresh, fun food. They have to tell you it's fresh in the name.
Dude,
that's
okay,
a worrying sign.
Are you looking at the pictures of the food here? Because this doesn't even look good.
No, I mean, it's not photographed particularly well.
It looks bad.
The knife looks it looks okay.
Hold on, let me get a picture here.
I don't think it is. We shouldn't be browsing while we're talking.
No, this is important. There's a mini Mac.
There is.
It looks okay.
For mini me's, they specify.
It looks somehow worse than a Big Mac.
Take a look at their bacon cheeseburger and just hold on for a minute. Just pull that picture up and hold that image in your mind as you look at it.
It's literally just bacon and cheese. There's nothing else on it.
There's no other toppings. The bun is slick for reasons I'm not sure I want to know.
No, you don't butter the top. You butter the.
It looks Photoshopped too. I can tell. I've seen a lot of Photoshops. I know by the pictures.
I've seen some shoops in my time. There's some blur on the side of that burger.
No, but actually, if you look at where the bun meets the rest of the burger, it kind of looks cut out.
Like they pasted a bun on top of some lame ass burger meat. Yeah.
Like they Google imaged some bacon, some burger, and some bun. They just slapped it all together. Rockneys, I think I know where one of the operational Rockneys actually is, and it's out sort of near Akron. It's near where we go every year for our our company picnic. It's in Cuyahoga Falls.
Yeah, there's actually there is one in Akron too.
I think I've been to that Rockneys.
The Akron
one of Aubrey's friends. No, the one
Cuyahoga Falls.
The one by Cuyahoga. It's like on the way to Cleveland, kind of.
Mm. Yeah, more or less. It's at a 5 points intersection. Actually, it's 6 now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm actually looking at the map here. Yeah.
So that green corner up to the top right of that's the golf course where we go every year for our
for the outing.
Yeah. And that Rockneys I pass once a year as if it's ceremony, and I go, huh, and then I keep going.
Yeah, this was oh god, there's actually quite a few up this way. No, you know what? It was the one in Streetsboro, I think.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely one in Streetsboro too.
I think it was definitely one in Streetsboro because we were going to Streetsboro to it was Aubrey's friend's birthday, and we were going to do an escape room in Streetsboro.
Okay, so that's the one you would see if you were on your way to like 480 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we went up to Cleveland the rest of the way after that to go drink.
That sounds good.
So I remember, worth noting, I had an ex who told me one time that she's like, oh, you're just a fucking snob. She's like, you don't like chain places like that. And that is not true.
Dude, I love chain places.
I love chain places.
I just prefer good ones.
It's a fucking travesty that there's what? Am I looking at 9 locations for Rockneys here? And there's like one Ponderosa within 100 miles of this place.
But like Ponderosa wasn't good either.
No, Ponderosa wasn't good, but Ponderosa had like the breaded chicken wings and the fucking greasy, disgusting sirloin tips and
dirty like dinner bar that had.
Fuck yeah! And they served it like the steaks or the tips or whatever you got on those it's a bad fucking place when they send multicolored plates out to you. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like without any rhyme or reason. Like, I got blue today.
Yep, fucking perfect. So it is a travesty that Rockneys has 9 locations, and I can't find a fucking Ponderosa to go get some chicken wings at.
Where is a Ponderosa? Do they still have Ponderosas?
There is one. When before Trisha got her license, before you know what I mean, when she used to go up and her dad would come and pick her up. Yeah. The way that he used to take home, they live up by Lake Erie for anybody listening. The way that he would take home, he would take that route specifically because it passed like the last Ponderosa, for miles and miles. Because it's like, come on, dude. I don't know how it is for you guys, but Ponderosa to me, that was like my grandma would get 100 wings, breaded wings from Ponderosa, and we would Wedgwood pizza.
I never had Ponderosa.
I loved Ponderosa, but I was but a child. What did I know of the world?
my grandma, this is like a family meal A. My grandma when she would take a night off, she would have chicken noodle soup. She would go get the chicken backs from Apple's when Apple's was still open in Austintown. She would make chicken noodle soup all day.
Wow.
And then she would go get a Wedgwood pizza, and then she would get 50 Ponderosa breaded chicken wings. Boom. Dinner for like 7 people.
Fucking A.
Cannot beat that. So I have a lot of very fond memories of Ponderosa.
Google seems to suggest that there is an operational Ponderosa in Warren, but I don't believe them.
If there is, I am going.
I don't think it's true. I think it's fake.
I hope it's still operational because I really want to go.
I feel like I would have known if there was a Ponderosa. I'm fat enough. I would have got the memo.
I'm trying to think of like another bad meal that I've had somewhere.
Yeah, how about you, Ben? You ever been like tremendously disappointed by a meal?
Man, I'm really fucking easy to please.
The thing is, I think so are Dave and I. We just have a few, you know what I mean, boxes that you gotta tick.
I'm almost always happy.
Yeah.
I have very few actual requirements. But like in Akron, weird shit happens. Like I'll get Chipotle and they didn't cook the black beans.
Ugh.
Like that's not supposed to happen at a Chipotle. They're a fucking professional operation. How are they serving black beans you can't chew through?
Ugh.
You know, like Akron does weird stuff like that to me.
I don't know, honestly. Like I've been really thinking this whole time, and nothing really stands out.
That's all right.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, no, I've had some pretty good luck. I guess, I feel like one time there was something I got at O'Donnell's that I wasn't really impressed with at all. And now, of course, I can't remember what it was. It might have been the bangers and mash.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I thought were really unimpressive, but
that's one of my favorites.
But like O'Donnell's is like in general very unreliable.
Well, they've cut their menu down so much too.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's like nothing on the menu anymore.
That's a good move.
It is a good move, actually. if you're a bar to cut down to like, you want to do like 10 or 11 things really well.
Yeah.
As opposed to 50 things just okay.
I guess so.
I mean, usually when you're doing that many meals, what it means is that everything is coming out of the freezer.
You know what? I remember one time where I was at Susie's, and one of the usual standbys that I get on my SpaghettiOs. It's just simple.
It's like the first condiment you should put on a hot dog at Susie's.
SpaghettiOs should come in a squeeze can.
Somehow.
Dude, we have so many fucking SpaghettiOs here right now.
So I got, it was like SpaghettiOs, bacon, kimchi, ramen crumbs.
Fuck yeah.
Like all stuff that I usually like to get. Comes out, the hot dog is fresh and nice. The toppings are all cold.
Yeah, that happens to me every time.
Cold.
Every time I go to Susie's, that happens. That's why I stopped going there, because it turns my stomach every time.
Well, one time I had, this is years and years ago now, but like maybe 4 years ago, I had like 8 people come in from Akron that I work with. And I was like, let's go to Susie's. It's the toast of the town. Everyone loves this place. And like half the hot dogs were cold. And when we said something about it, they were like, I don't know what you want me to do. And I'm like, oh, I guess nothing then.
Nothing. How about make me another fucking hot dog?
Yeah, I have very few requests here. Since I would like it to be warm.
Right. I'm paying $5 goddamn for a hot dog.
Right. It should
that I can go and get 6 of at Jib Jab for the same price.
It should be warmer than my body. It's dinner.
Right. Yeah, I can't. I stopped going there. It's like whenever anybody says, "Oh, let's go to Susie's," I'm like, always like, I will meet you afterwards.
Go to the Federal instead. Better food.
Yeah, exactly. Legit, or even better, go to Royal Oaks and get some barbecue.
Yeah.
Which I still maintain they are open, incidentally, for this quarantine, and I am going to get some fucking barbecue next weekend when Trish is off. Yes, they are.
God, I want that raspberry barbecue sauce so bad.
It's so good.
Best. Hands down the best barbecue you can get in Youngstown.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's so good. And and nothing against Barry Dingles, because I fucking love Barry Dingles. That is number 2. Barry Dingles is definitely more convenient because there's you're probably not going to get murdered on your way to Barry Dingles. But if you have the chance, you can make it, just out of the way there, down to Royal Oaks. Get some of that barbecue because it is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Just thinking about it. Like, Youngstown has a lot of great options in general.
Yeah.
But like, we have some of the best of a few things. Like, I don't know if I would want to eat. I don't know if I would want to move to like, I don't know, even like if I had to move based on pizza, I don't think I would even want to move to like Pittsburgh or Cleveland. I would rather.
No, we're in the pizza belt, dude.
Yeah.
This is it.
I don't know. Everyone thinks their town has the best pizza though, don't they?
They do, but the thing is, our town is actually okay. So,
but we're right.
No, I'm not even gonna take that route. I'm not gonna say we're right.
Yeah.
But I am gonna say that the fact that the Northeast Rust Belt has its own subsect of pizza that is recognized by the pizza community.
Yeah,
y'all know what I'm talking about. The square cut, really doughy,
you talking about
chunky sauce.
Were you talking about the grandma pizza? Or you talking about
the grandma pizza? That is like Northeast Ohio classic style pizza, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. The Briar Hill pizza is probably even more unique.
Our greatest contribution to the culinary world.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something right now, and you're going to hate me. I'm not that big a fan of Briar Hill pizza, and I'm
not either.
I'm not either.
I'm not either.
But it's like our.
But it's a pizza contribution.
Yeah. We have a piece of pizza history here.
The thing is, I would put us up there with New York, Chicago, Pittsburgh, and Boston, like Northeast style pizza. We're up there.
Here's how I would do it. Every city gets their 3 favorite pizzerias. They got to vote on it.
Yes.
1 slice of each. If it's a square pizza, it's a corner piece.
Yep.
1 slice of each of their best pizzas. Like every pizzeria's best pizza. 3 slices total. Every city. That's the contest.
Oh, all right. Rogue question here. Which pizza places, if you could pick 3 pizza places.
I knew we were going here.
In this area, which 3 would you pick?
I'll tell you what. Cornersburg is one of them.
Yeah, agreed.
Cornersburg is one. Uptown is one of them.
Ooh, good choice.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it would be a shame if Wedgwood didn't compete, but we have so many fucking options.
I know. Don't feel okay. So here's the thing. Don't feel like you have to throw Wedgwood in there. I love Wedgwood pizza. Wedgwood pizza is like a staple.
I know.
But
they're my favorite.
Cornersburg, Uptown. Let me think.
Damn. I mean, like, is Inner Circle on that list?
Oh yeah, you can. That's definitely
fucking certainly on that.
Because if so, that's 3 that we're done.
Inner Circle's on the list, but you got to go get Inner Circle pizza at the restaurant. You can't take it home because it's not the same when you take it home.
Yeah.
You got to get it right out of the fucking oven.
Yeah, in that first 3 minutes while it's still super hot.
Yep, because the crust is not. I love Inner Circle pizza, but it's not the same when you take it home. The crust, I don't know, it doesn't taste the same once it's sat for a little bit.
God, we've left pizzas out.
I know. Okay, so my 3. Cornersburg, a number 1. Still, hands down, my favorite pizza ever.
Yeah.
Period. Ever.
They're always in my top 3. Always.
Yeah. It's the. I sent Dad 2 Cornersburg pizzas for his birthday one year in California.
Yeah.
And then it was the first meal that we had when they moved back into the town. So it's like it was his favorite pizza place. It's my favorite pizza place. It's my wife's favorite pizza place.
It's a great pizza place.
It's so good. So number 1, Cornersburg. Number 2, Giannino's Pizza.
Oh,
yeah.
The fact that there's a Giannino's in Austintown just makes me want to cry. It's so good.
You know what? That's an Akron contribution that if anything redeems the Akron area, it's Giannino's Pizza.
Giannino's Pizza is
every
incredible.
pizza they make is better than the last. It's like unreal.
Dad and I used to get a Supreme Giannino's Pizza every Saturday for college football Saturday. It's just so good. I've never had a Supreme Pizza that's tasted better than that.
Football? What's that?
You guys are going to call me fucking crazy for this one, but I'm going to say my number 3 is Bellaria. Actually, you know what? Strike that. My number 4 is Bellaria. My number 3 is Avalon.
Oh. You know what? I'm trying to remember if I've eaten that pizza, but I feel like you've mentioned it more than once.
Ooh, okay. So Avalon and Bellaria are 2 sides of the same coin. They're those pizzas with the really big, billowy undercrust under the cheese.
Yeah.
And really sweet red sauces.
I like a sweet red sauce. I really do.
I do too if you do it correctly. And Avalon and Bellaria both do it correctly. Avalon has more options, so I got to put Avalon at number 3.
Oh, wait, Avalon. Wait, hold on. They're the ones downtown.
They're downtown now. Yeah, they used to be on the north side, and then their owner got mysteriously killed and found in a dumpster, and now they're downtown. Definitely not mob related. Definitely not.
Were we there for your wedding stuff?
We were there for my wedding stuff.
That's
what
right.
With the,
I was going to say, I remember being there, particularly with Krista and Ethan.
Yes, we were there.
That's why I remember that.
After we set up the bridal shower.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
That was some really good pizza.
It is really good pizza. And they've had the same pizza recipe for ages. Avalon was on the north side for a long time with the same food.
Damn. That's a really good pizza. If that isn't at least in the top 5, I feel like you're crazy. What are you talking about?
So those are my 3. Cornersburg, Giannino's, Avalon.
Ben, you got a unique 3? Do you want to deviate from the form here anywhere?
Nah, I think, honestly, Cornersburg, Uptown, and number 3 would either be Inner Circle or Belleria for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Belleria deserves some representation here. That's a great pizza.
Belleria is really good pizza, dude. Really, really good pizza. And it's right, at least for Ben and I, it's right the fuck across the street. So
yeah, right. Yeah, you guys are like right there.
Belleria is like Old Faithful. When the first time Trisha's parents
spews hot magma, once every 10,000 to 15,000 years.
The first time Trisha's folks came out to visit us after we moved in together, we just made it easy and like took them to Belleria. And now every time they come out here, that's where they want to go.
Oh, really?
Because
So they fell in love with it.
All reliable, just no bullshit. Fuckload of sauce on your pasta.
See, it's funny. That's how I feel about Wedgwood, which is that I've been eating that pizza my whole life, and it has never, ever changed.
No, it's the same pizza that it was 60 years ago.
Which is kind of incredible. Like, you think about restaurants, like, I feel like even the goddamn Big Mac has changed.
Yeah.
Like these institutions of American dining, like the Taco Bell Chalupa.
Yeah.
The Taco Bell Chalupa was irrevocably damaged somewhere in the early 2000s and we'll never get it back.
Same with the Arby's chicken bacon and Swiss.
The long lost chicken bacon and Swiss, it will never be back in its previous form. Things change.
Yeah.
But our pizza joints, they stay the same.
Like a piece of oak. just more solid.
Like an old desk or a well-maintained engine or something that just kind of keeps on.
Just keeps going.
Keeps keeping on. Is it time to call this episode?
I think it's time. I think we've touched, unless there's more that you guys want to talk about, which I can definitely keep going.
Dude, I can talk about food
all day.
Night.
Hell yeah, man.
We've done food before, but that was like super general. I figured this is a really
restaurant topic.
I wanted to like break it down a little bit more this time. And I also think this is one that we could revisit again. And like a lot of topics we do, it's something that I'm sure we could spend a lot more time talking on. So
I am perennially interested in discussing restaurants with you boys.
You are perennially
I am perennially interested.
You feel it way down in your grundle. Right
deep
in the nifkin.
Right there in the gooch.
Right in the old gooch.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Let's take a break, right?
Yeah, we will. I guess we'll be back with recommendations and what we learned. And
right.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do that.
And we're gonna do that. I'm not gonna make that. I'm not gonna make the joke y'all think I'm gonna make.
No, please. Why don't you?
No, I think I'm good. We'll be back. See ya.
All right. Bye.
Oh shit!
Gross.
How you guys quarantine beards going?
Dude,
awful.
Tell me about it.
I have not. I normally have a beard, but I normally shave and like try to shape it, and I haven't even done that. So now I'm getting like the cheeks are patchy, and like the corners at the bottom are pointing out like that weird pattern of hair that doesn't look
right. My beard doesn't connect. It's never connected. It just grows under the jawline. It's a true neck beard.
Oh, tell me about
but Aubrey likes it. She likes when I rub it against her back. So I mean,
yeah. Okay. So my wife Trisha does the same thing. She loves when I grow my beard out, and it looks fucking terrible. Here, I'm gonna send you a picture.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna pull up that picture you sent me. So when we did the 3 Hot Dudes videos, you sent me all these videos, and then you also sent me a MP4 named "I'm a Little Piss Baby, Change My Diapeewipee," and it was just you with your quarantine beard exposing your right nipple to me.
I forgot about that. The thing is, I had to compress those files so I can send them through my Google Drive.
Yeah. Can I share that with Ben right now over Discord?
Sure,
so
absolutely.
Can see it?
yeah.
I had to compress those videos, but it took like all fucking like the night before and then into the next day to do that because they were so big, so fucking big.
Oh, so big.
But like they were finishing rendering while I was taking my piss test for the post office.
That's right.
So like they finished rendering while I was in the office, and then I came out to the car and like sent them to you. And I recorded that video in my car in a parking lot in Boardman. So
I'm a little
I had to look
irritated.
around.
Discord has an 8 megabyte file limit. Did you know that?
Boo,
Unless
hiss,
you pay for
boo, hiss.
like the Discord Nitro or whatever bullshit they're trying to hawk.
Right.
But
Yeah.
what they don't know is I have 5 gigs of free storage on my Google Drive, so I'm about to re-upload this just so I can share it.
To be totally fair to Discord, though, imagine how many fucking voice chats are going on their servers right now.
Yeah, it's true.
For sure.
It's true.
The
And
bandwidth to make this a viable platform is ridiculous and admirable.
well, here's a question. How do they monetize it? Because, dude, other than selling Nitro, they don't have ads.
Yeah.
There's like
A
no...
lot more people have Nitro than you might think.
Well, that's got to be it, is what I'm saying. Is like, for the fucking normies like me, like
I mean,
I'm
shit,
not
I have.
paying.
I use Discord a fucking ton, so I have Nitro.
You know, I'm gonna share this link in the Discord chat, Ben, and I want your reaction in real time.
Hover over one of my things. The icon I have is animated.
Oh, that's how that is.
Yeah.
I wondered.
Hover over it. Yeah, you can use animated icons with Nitro.
Okay.
I shamelessly stole this off of someone's DeviantArt because I liked it so much.
It's pretty good. You're the Spice Cadet, dude. You own it. It's your birthright.
Are you guys seeing this gross ass pube beard that I have going on?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I have to actually download the video.
No, you don't.
feel-
Oh, maybe you do. Yeah.
I feel really bad for
Can only see.
everybody who can't see how disgusting I look right now. It's so bad.
Chris, I don't hate your beard. Are you seeing it, Ben?
Let me download it.
Fucking the fact that your expression never changes throughout that whole video.
I think
I'll
that's the
watch
best
it
part.
again too.
That's the best part is he's not happy or mad. He's just gives me a very serious look, and then he flashes his nipple at me,
Just nonplussed.
and then licks his tongue a few times, and that's it.
Well, yeah, I named it "I'm a Little Piss Baby, Change My Diapeewipee."
Yeah. Okay. So as a reminder, that was a surprise to me. I wasn't expecting that. So when I saw that title, I'm like, "That's odd," and then I opened it, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's really odd."
I'm glad you addressed that because
Just total surprise to me that you did that.
so stupid.
Change my Diapeewipee.
Oh god, you should put that on the 3 Dude YouTube channel.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to do that. Oh,
That's a good idea.
That reminds me. Organically, and without me telling him, my buddy Blaine that I used to work with at Laird together. We worked together until he was laid off. I guess now it's been like, God, it's been a very long time. It's been like.
Clap, clap. Now I'm.
God, now I'm curious actually how long it's been, but it's been a while. So
It's been a while.
he discovered organically that we put up the 3 Hot Dudes video.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because he subscribed, and he reminded me In the Three Hot Dudes episode, do you guys remember I mentioned that I left something in the work fridge over like the New Year's break and came back to like a poison bomb of food?
Yes.
And I couldn't remember what it was, but I mentioned that Bo licked it when I wasn't looking.
Ugh.
He reminded me, the way he put it was, oh, wait, didn't you try to poison the office with beef stroganoff? It was beef stroganoff. He was right. And what a horrible, nasty fucking thing that was.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, imagine beef stroganoff, a meal made of like meat and cream, which sits for 2 months.
I'm imagining beef stroganoff, but I'm imagining it fresh, and it's making me hungry.
Oh yeah.
I will never say no to a good plate of beef stroganoff.
I'll tell you, one of these days when all this shit blows over, I'll make you my Pap's recipe.
Oh, I would fucking love that.
He gave it to me.
Love beef stroganoff.
He gave me a photocopy in my grandmother's handwriting, and it really fucking made my day.
Yeah.
Anyway, what the hell are we doing here?
Oh, we're finishing the podcast. Welcome back, everybody. Well, it's not right. Yeah, you keep saying welcome back, although they haven't gone anywhere.
No, we're back.
We're the ones who are back.
They have gone. They're still sitting in their car or jerking off or whatever thing they're doing.
Whatever you guys do when you're listening to the show.
They're jerking off in their car. Who knows?
Well, I'm jerking off right now.
Yeah. How's it going?
Yeah, this is like number 4 for today. It's
I have no
forever.
feeling in my penis, but it's worth it.
Remember that?
Anyway,
What's that guy's name? Eat that pussy 84 or whatever.
What?
The guy. I think he's shown up on Ethan Clyde's podcast a few times, but he's the dude. Philadelphia Eagles jersey who
wait, is that the
about half an hour ago I beat the fuck out of my dick so goddamn hard that my left leg has went totally numb.
Wait a minute, I don't know who that is.
that guy is so fucking funny.
I thought you were talking about the Philly Offensive, their new dude from Philly.
No. His name is literally like Eat That Pussy 85 or something.
He did a video one time where it was just like him leaving a Chipotle after he fucking blew the bathroom up and clogged the toilet. This is like, let's see if I can find it. This is like a video of him like in New York City, like, oh fuck. I
found it. I flooded the toilet at Chipotle.
That's it.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah, well, let's link a few of these after the thing.
It's really, really funny.
Yeah, Eat That Pussy 445.
Eat that pussy.
Dude,
anyway,
he's really funny. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. Even though you've already been here for a long time,
where the fuck else are you gonna go?
Yeah, right. Certainly. All right, I want to tell you guys. Like, when Trisha and I were out the other day.
Okay.
Fuck, we went to Boardman Park to like play Pokemon Go because I re-downloaded it because I have nothing better to do because I'm jobless.
Why
you
do this?
You gave me a gift that was from one of the stops there, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember."
Yep.
Park. That was like a shitload of Pokestops.
Yes. So we drove through and we've been playing because it's fucking fun, dude. I don't know. Whatever.
Dude,
man.
it's not that fun.
It's a time killer and I don't have a job.
It makes something to do.
It gives my monkey brain the dopamine.
Exactly.
Stop judging me.
I swipe the thing. I get the shinies. I feel good. I like it.
Right. It's the same reason that gambling is fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for less rewarding reasons. But yeah, we were out there and like we were talking about like, oh, what are we going to do do we want to get breakfast? Do we want to get lunch? And I'm like, I told my wife, like I was in sweatpants and a really fucking grungy, sweaty, disgusting t-shirt. And I'm like, I'm not really dressed to go sit down anywhere. And she looked at me like I had 3 heads.
Right.
And it took me, like, I didn't realize why.
Right. Well, you can't do that. That's not a thing.
Like, she's like, well, it doesn't really matter. And I'm like, well, why not? And she's like, because you can't go fucking sit down anywhere.
Yeah.
You idiot.
But like I regularly forget shit like this too.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. We're in the middle of the apocalypse. And I can't do anything.
Well, like honestly, old habits do take some time. We are just now, we started this shit somewhere in between the 14th and the 17th. We filmed 3 Hot Dudes, March 17th, St. Patty's Day.
Yo, who started this podcast shit? And this is the motherfucking thanks I get?
I don't know, just the point is it's been over a month, and that's still not enough time to really get used to the new normal.
Dave, you just glossed over that sweet Dre reference, and
yeah, I don't. I'm way too white
I feel
for
like
that
I need
shit.
you to. No, it fucking sucks, dude. It's been at least a month.
Yeah.
Because it was like I lost my job, and then
it was that
like
Friday before, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like St. Patrick's Day. We weren't even sure that we were going to get together for the 3 Hot Dudes episode because it was like at the crux of all this stuff.
Right. So the St. Patty's obviously was the 17th. I feel like you lost your job the 13th. I feel like that was the same day that we got the dog, and Christy wasn't feeling well, so we weren't sure whether we should do the party on the 14th.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Ben and I were talking about it during the break, but like I cannot fucking wait to get to see you guys again.
When I see you again, I will kiss you on the face.
I'm so ready to this is fun, and I'm really happy we get to do this.
Yeah, I know.
And make this podcast, and it actually genuinely does make a lot more people than we realize pretty happy that we do this and get together and talk about this.
Weird.
It is weird. But
I don't understand why anyone would want to listen to this, but I appreciate that you're out there doing it anyway.
Right. Yeah, it's strange, but I know it makes a lot of people happy, but I really can't wait till we can actually get back in the studio together and do it right. And I don't know what I'm going to buy, but I'm going to buy I'm making the promise right here. I'm going to buy a nice bottle of alcohol.
No, don't you do that. I will do that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We got to get you a sleep apnea machine first.
Anyway, I feel like we've done introduced it enough. Do we have any recommendations this week?
Oh boy.
Ben, let's start with you, Ben.
Early recommendation. I say early because I'm only 4 hours into it, but I fucking love Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
Oh yeah, I still haven't gotten to see you watch or play that yet.
Yeah, expect a little rage. It's natural for these kinds of games.
Yeah,
but man, I'm having such fun with it and figuring everything out, and just it the combat system is so fucking satisfying in a way that so it's a Souls-like, right? Mm-hmm. Like if you die, there's penalties for dying. It's it's based on skill rather than on stats, right? Sure. So but it plays so differently from Dark Souls. They're not even in the same ballpark. You don't have stamina in Sekiro, which I fucking love.
Oh, that's
good. You can just attack and dodge all fucking day, and your character won't tire or anything. There's a pretty solid stealth component that will let you insta kill most enemies if you successfully sneak up on them. Mm-hmm. The combat animations are sick. The parry timing is a bit more forgiving than it was in Dark Souls, so it's a core component of the gameplay. So thankfully, it's a little more generous. But even if you miss a parry, if you just keep the button hold down, you'll at least block it. It uses like a stance meter. Like you're supposed to knock your opponent out of posture, and that's what sets them up for a killing. So you essentially any attacks that are successful, any parries you make that are successful, weaken your opponent's posture.
Okay.
And if their posture is weakened all the way, that opens them up for a death blow, which some enemies take more than one death blow to actually kill. But for like a lot of common enemies, just your standard, guys with spears or whatever, if you parry them once or twice, they'll open up for a death blow, and that'll be it.
Now I want to ask you a question about this game.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, it's ninja stuff. It's clearly set in Japan.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I want you to give me a 0 to 10 on the weeb index of this game. Do I have to be kind of a weeb to enjoy it?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I'd say like 3 or 4, right? Out of
3 or 4, or 4 is accurate, because it's, it's one of these things where, your katana is the most ultimate weapon, and it will kill anyone if you have enough skill and you're fast enough and all this. The hero is, a classically powerful Japanese protagonist who's, skill with a blade and skill with the shadows, unmatched and all this.
Yeah, I want to be clear. That's like a real question. Like, I'm not trying to like put something on this. Like, I'm actually asking because
no, there's nothing. There's no prerequisites for understanding or playing the game. The default voice language is Japanese with English subtitles. I like that because I'm actually trying to learn the language and all.
Yeah, you've been at it for a while too. You're doing like a lot of that.
From Software, between this and Bloodborne and Dark Souls, is famous for, well, maybe not famous, but it's notable that they don't. There's not like weeb waifu material in their games.
No, they're pretty dark by comparison, right?
Their games are very dark. Starting with Demon Souls all the way through the 3 Dark Souls games, Bloodborne, which people love and I've never gotten the chance to play, and this. They're very minimalistic in how they tell stories and how they develop characters. So there's never any like over the top, otaku shit. But it's rewarding in the same way that Dark Souls is, where when you beat an enemy, you fucking, the power that you feel is very, very satisfying. There's no PvP in Sekiro as well. You can actually pause the game and leave your computer if you need to take a leak. The start menu in Dark Souls just opens up a menu. It doesn't pause the game, but it lets you change your loadout, change options, whatever. But there's no PvP in Sekiro, so you can just relax, enjoy it, not worry about getting invaded.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's the one thing that, like, Watch Dogs, I had a lot of fun replaying Watch Dogs. But the online component is so fucking annoying because it pops up at the worst possible times.
Yeah, and Dark Souls is a little cruel about it because the PvP component, or even just the the cooperative component where you can summon allies and whatever, all of that is optional. But the game is much harder if you don't do those things.
Yeah.
If you in Dark Souls 3, it's called kindling yourself, or no, it's not called that.
That's Bloodborne, right?
Bloodborne has a similar thing. It essentially it's using an item or defeating an opponent in PvP restores your humanity, or restore. In Dark Souls 3, it's called restoring your ember.
Yes.
You get more maximum hit points by doing that, but as long as you're embered, you can be invaded. If you're not embered, you can't be invaded, but you have like 75% or 50% of what your max HP would be otherwise. So it's really cruel about it.
Yeah.
But Sekiro, you don't really have to worry about that in Sekiro. It's a bit more straightforward. You don't have to worry about equipment, builds, or spells, or any of that shit. It's a lot less cryptic than Dark Souls is. It's pretty accessible.
Sweet.
But yeah,
the game looks gorgeous.
It's really cool.
It looks like this weird mix between the like Shadows of Mordor game that came out a few years back and Dark Souls, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's like some, monsters and supernatural shit in Sekiro too, but not anywhere near as much as, Dark Souls, where every corner you turn there's a zombie or a demon or fucking dudes with spider eggs on their backs.
These guys have a like very unique style. Like even though it's clearly in a different universe with different aesthetics, like they kind of have a unifying theme as a company.
Yeah. I talking with someone else about Dark Souls once, they referred to it as a game about hope. You know, that with enough persistence and enough believing in yourself, you will be able to overcome like anything the game throws at you. And it's absolutely right. Wow. You know, people can beat Dark Souls games completely naked without taking a single hit. You know, it's purely a matter of your skill and how far you're willing to develop your skill.
I never also known as getting good.
Getting good.
Get good, scrub.
That would not be the phrase that would occur to me about Dark Souls, but now that you explain that, I think that's true.
Dark Souls is like the most get good game.
Well, no, not get good. I mean hope. I would never associate that fucking game with hope.
Well, but see, like all of the environments in these games are so dark and so depressing. The game is trying its hardest to beat you down, and by conquering it, you know, you put it in its fucking place.
Yeah, I see that now.
Yeah.
It would not have occurred to me.
Yeah, the soundtracks for all these games are beautiful. The atmospheres are gorgeous and so memorable. And so far, from the 4 hours played of Sekiro so far, Sekiro is no different. It's gorgeous. It's memorable. It's sad in a way. The environments and the dialogue and everything. There's so much sad weight to all of it, and that just makes you want to triumph even more. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense.
I get that.
But yeah, that's sorry, I've gone on for a while about this, but that's
whatever.
You know, 4 hours in, I fucking love Sekiro.
Like we really recommend the time. Of course, we have the time, Ben.
Right.
We got nothing but time.
Dave, have you any recommendations?
I sort of do, actually. And my recommendation is kind of it's a ping off of Ben's suggestion, more or less, which is I bought and am playing Jurassic World Evolution.
Oh, we know.
Which is now like, we know.
Oh, we know.
It's now like what, 2 years after this game came out? It's not.
Dude.
It's an old game now, but
it looks beautiful. Incidentally,
it's fucking cool. I something about it really appeals to me. There's certain things I'm not totally crazy about with this game, which is that sometimes it kind of feels like a mobile game in the sense that like I'm managing time more than anything else, you know? And there's like the rhythm of having to like research and then like extract DNA from fossils and then go out and then fix a fence and then, you know, heal a dinosaur and then go back and do the research thing over and over again. It feels like sometimes there's like an inescapable loop of gameplay.
Yeah, and the most common criticism, I think, if I remember correctly, of that game is that it feels like a more detailed mobile game.
Yeah, that's really it. It's a mobile game you couldn't do on mobile.
Right, and you can't watch an ad to speed things up.
Right.
But with any management game, there is a bit of a rhythm to it, you know?
Yeah, like that's not unique to this game. It's certainly a part of the genre. It's not new. And while it might be a little bit frustrating, I do think that the gameplay itself is ultimately rewarding in that you continue to progress through islands and you get access to new technologies that you can then take back to previous islands, which is really cool. Everything you do ultimately is cumulative. Like it feels like it's valuable, and you know your park gets better with the effort you put in.
Yeah. I'm almost at the point where I can incubate a velociraptor.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I got them really early.
They do come really early. It's just you've been playing it more than I have.
Oh, okay. I've been playing kind of a lot. And I do enjoy it, and I don't know. It's not only is it very beautiful and the gameplay is very rewarding, but I think that there's things that you learn as you play that make the gameplay get better. So for a long time, I was really, really angry at this game because dinosaurs are constantly, endlessly breaking out for no reason. But then I learned there's actually a reason, you know? Like,
wait, why were your dinosaurs breaking out?
I wasn't paying attention to the comfort statistic, which is really, really important. And the game is not super explicit about that with you. Like,
right, yeah. How all those sliders need to be in the blue range.
Yeah, right. So you need to manage the comfort of your dinosaurs, or else they get obviously restless and they start to break out.
Yeah,
but they weren't really totally clear about that in the tutorial.
I first started noticing those when I started making Ceratosauruses, and I realized that their social meter is so small. Like, they're so solitary.
Right.
You can stand to have like 2 in a pen at the same time, and that's it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll start fighting each other.
Yeah, so you have to be like meticulous about who goes where and like how many of their species there are, as well as the overall number of dinosaurs in there.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like sussing all that out is kind of the joy of the challenge, right? Where you start to realize what it takes to make all of these different things work out, and then once you kind of get a machine, moving, it's a really satisfying gameplay experience.
It's the little things in that game too that really make me love it. Like the fact that you can, like, I always choose to medicate dinosaurs myself. I will drive the Jeep. I will fire the medicine dart. I'll do that all myself because I care about my dinos.
Yeah. I will do it sometimes. I will definitely do it once they start getting attacked. Like when the ranger gets attacked, I will extricate them from the situation and do the rest of the tasks.
Because they don't always move right away.
No, they're really bad at it. So, like, I think it's because, like, when they're facing the direction of a dinosaur, they can't move quickly.
Yeah.
But you, as the driver, have the option to, like, double tap the accelerator and kind of bypass the safety of it.
It's always the fucking Triceratops too. They're so aggressive.
Usually.
What I really like too is how, like, even when you have dinosaurs of multiple species in the same pen, dinosaurs of the same species will stick together and show herd behavior, right? So like you'll have like 5 or 6 Struthiomimuses pen with like trikes and Huayongosauruses, and they'll follow the alpha. They'll just herd together and they'll generally follow the alpha where he goes.
Yeah,
she goes. They're all female canonically.
It's a very cool example of like how much attention they paid to the herd dynamics in this game.
Yeah, I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
And I can't wait until the eventual, because there's got to be, right? There's got to be some of those smaller herbs that need like huge spaces, and of course they bring up the fact that those roly ball things from Jurassic World are in the game.
Yeah.
So you can have like a big wide open pasture for these things at some point.
I haven't gotten
really
to them either.
I really want the big herbivores though too, like the Diplodocus and Brontosaurus.
I have a couple of Brontosaurus.
Oh, do you? Oh, yeah. Shit.
I got them on the, what's the third island you go to where the whole thing is like basically bankrupt and you have to sell a bunch of shit?
Oh, I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, okay.
It has like one of those weird Spanish names with like a "ña" in the name,
Yeah. It's not Pena. Pena's the fourth one.
Oh, I have no idea. You're way further into this than I have. I've been so focused on Danganronpa and Sekiro, weeb shit.
Incidentally, I'm checking the price on this. It's back up to full price on Steam, but looks like the Humble store has it for $15 goddamn right now. So.
You ever go to Cheap Shark?
All the time, dude.
I was gonna say that's my recommendation. If you PC game, go to fucking Cheap Shark. Yeah, it's the only way to buy cheap.
G2G games. I do all that shit.
Oh, perfect example. Cheap Shark says Jurassic World Evolution. Oh no, that's the Carnivore Dinosaur Pack. Never mind. But yeah, they say that the base game right now you can get at the Evolution Deluxe Edition, $14.99, Humble Store. Just what you found.
Yeah, dude. Can't beat it.
Anyway, that's my recommendation. Chris, do you want to wrap up the show so we can get out of here?
Yeah, I also have a gaming recommendation.
No, I meant you could like wrap up the show, like we're done.
Oh, I know what you meant. I'm just not listening to you because it's not that important to me.
Yeah, I was just thinking it's kind of been like a long time and
clap. Now I'm
clap. Yeah.
All right. What do you got?
So I'm also going to recommend a game this week.
Wow, this is the only time we've ever done this.
I know, all 3 fucking games. It's usually like game from Ben, album from me, TV from Dave. Yeah, right. That's usually how we do this thing. It's all 3 games this week.
It's because we're locked in our houses playing video games all day.
Yes, exactly.
You don't say.
So briefly, let me just say, number 1, I've been playing the shit out of DBZ Kakarot.
Sweet.
I would recommend that, but like if you're a fucking Dragon Ball fan, you already buy all the fucking Dragon Ball games already. DBZ Kakarot is super good. It feels really tight. It looks beautiful. You should pick that up if you're a DBZ fan. If you're not, then I mean, hey, whatever. That's cool too. What I really want to recommend though right now is something that you're all gonna fucking judge me for, and I don't care. I want to recommend.
This one. I know what this is.
I would recommend NASCAR Heat 4. For some stupid reason, I still love the shit out of these games. They were I played a bunch of NASCAR games when I was younger. Like, slight confession, I was a big NASCAR fan when I was younger. Right up into the point where it stopped being good and they started losing all their viewers, and
it's kind of funny. NASCAR Heat Evolution, Jurassic World Evolution. That means nothing, but still.
No, NASCAR, like they've done 4 of these games so far. They rebooted the franchise. They had famously done them for many, many years, and they were actually really, really good back in the day. And they've done 3 previous iterations of the NASCAR Heat, and then NASCAR Heat 2, 3, and then now they're on 4. I've waited to buy one of these games because they haven't gotten it right yet. Like, they've come close, but they haven't gotten it quite there to like the way the old games were.
Sure.
They are finally getting close. NASCAR Heat 4 is very, very, very close to the perfect driving sim that you're looking for when it comes to NASCAR. You do not have to be a fan of NASCAR to enjoy this game. It's stupid fun racing. Insanely detailed, from like how much tire pressure you put in each tire, how you adjust the wedge and the torque on your car, you know what I mean? Different speedways require different wedge and different torque, which admittedly they're not great at informing you if you don't understand how that works.
If you're playing this game, they have a right to assume you kind of get
that, you know what you're doing, right? Exactly. Which I think most of the players who play do know that, but like the goal is to get people to buy it, right? So like, if you don't understand how that stuff works, then it might be a little tricky for you. But fortunately, one of the cool things about this game is, on like normal and easy difficulties, you can fine tune everything. The driving assists are like super fine tunable to the point where the game, you can have it set to basically do nothing for you at all, or do everything for you and basically play the game for you. And it's fine tunable to an insane degree, like braking assist, turning assist.
I told Christy the other day when you were talking about this game. And I was a little bit on the fence about why you would want to play a NASCAR game, but also the more I thought about it, I'm like, it's a simulator game.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it is.
Set everything else aside, take like NASCAR out of the equation, and really what it is it's a game about physics, as NASCAR is. It's
right.
Like there's nothing silly about that. Like, I know that you feel a little bit defensive about the idea, but like, it's a sim.
No, I think NASCAR is one of those sports that's a lot more fun to participate in than it is to watch.
Sure.
It's easy. It's easy to just see a bunch of rednecks driving around in a counterclockwise circle. But like,
as I do every day,
but like the actual effort and skill that goes into that is pretty astonishing. It just doesn't make for great television.
Sure, I agree. Well, same with golf too. It has to be something that you're very specifically into to really get the full picture of. And the thing is, like, I grew up with, because Dad was a big NASCAR fan, so like I grew up with it. So A lot of the best races ever happened in the mid 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of like the tail end of the golden age of NASCAR, which was like the mid 80s up through the early aughts. You know what I mean? So I got to catch that right at the tail end, like the big like Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon rivalry. So like that's a huge, if you're a racing fan, that's a huge part of that history.
Definitely.
And like, you know, I got to watch a lot of those races. So I was a big NASCAR fan because Dad was a big NASCAR fan. And I played and bought those games when they were originally coming out all the time. And this is, I've avoided buying the previous iterations of this because they hadn't gotten it quite right. And I'm here to tell you, they actually fucking nailed it for this one.
I'm just watching footage of this game while you tell me about it, and I gotta tell you, it's fucking gorgeous.
It's beautiful,
and it looks really fun.
It is. It is beautiful,
dude. Like from generation to generation, I swear, auto racing games like really fucking kill it as far as graphical capacity.
They're at the top. They're always at the top, and I'm not sure why.
If you're playing on PC. Let me say this game is really easy to run even on high mode for PC. And it looks beautiful even on like the lower graphical settings. The tracks are impeccably accurate
what's great about those kinds of games too is that you don't really have to render much outside of the track and its surroundings.
Right,
you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. You know,
it's a relatively small map.
Yeah, you can have such a high polygon count and so much extra mapping for everything when all you're rendering is cars, the track, and its surroundings. You know, it's not like Grand Theft Auto or Witcher where you're having to render acres at a time.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and the game performs really well and looks great. The most important thing is the driving in any racing game. If you have a racing game where it doesn't feel right to drive the car, then you failed at your core component, and this game nails it. God, everything from
I'm sorry, they still sell racing wheels, don't they?
Yes, they do. And actually, they're even better than you remember them being. They're like the most expensive racing wheels are like $400 or $500 piece.
Yeah,
and legitimately accurate.
Wow. People get these things too for like American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator as well.
Yeah.
So those have some pretty devoted communities.
I dig it.
And like that is the most accurate way to play, but the thing is like you can feel the differences that certain adjustments make on the controller even. And then things like how your tires wear down, because that is one of the most important things in NASCAR is like knowing when to change your tires and go out and get new tires put on, because the car gets more loose the more your tires wear down, which means that the car goes faster, but it also means that it's way easier to spin out. So you can actually feel these things happen to your car as you're racing in this game. They've nailed it down to an insanely, stupidly ridiculous degree.
That's crazy.
I'm not saying this game is perfect because there's still some things that are off. They definitely focused more to get the driving correct. From the previous versions of this game, which they've nailed, but like some of the damage physics are still off. It does affect the aerodynamics of your car the more your car gets damaged, but you don't see like the big crunch up crashes like you saw in the previous NASCAR games or like you see in real life. So you don't see these like super detailed wrecks.
Right.
They're like one or two games away from that. But if you're into the racing aspect of it, they've got the drafting down, they've got the tuning down, and it is just stupid fun.
The other thing is, this is a game that's like 4 years old, like, right? Like,
this just came out last in September.
Wait, NASCAR Heat Evolution?
NASCAR Heat 4.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
NASCAR Heat Evolution was the first one. This is the third sequel to that.
Oh my god!
So this probably looks even fucking better to you.
Oh my god! You just blew my fucking mind. Oh my god! That game already looked very good.
This game looks stupid.
really, really good.
It's stupid fun. They got the drafting down. I'm not going to keep boring you with NASCAR talk, so let me just say that like they've nailed the career mode. You can create your own driver. You can create your own car, which is like half the fun of racing games. I'm starting the career of Duke Wungus Jr.
Duke Wungus Jr.
And the cool thing that they've done this year is that you can start in whatever like stage of your career you want. So you can start all the way at like dirt track stock car racing if you want, or if you want to skip through all the grind and like earning your way up to that spot and like changing racing teams and like fine tuning your car, you can just fucking start in NASCAR. The level of detail is like surprisingly good. So if you get the chance,
remind me what your sponsor is.
Sponsor is just like the guy who owns the team and pays for all the modifications
your
on the car.
Your character sponsor.
Oh, Duke Wungus Jr. He's he's driving the number 69 Kelly Blue Book Ford Fusion.
That's it. That's what I was looking for.
Duke Wungus Jr. Driving the number 69 Kelly Blue Book Ford Fusion. He was running real good out there today here at Talladega Super Speedway.
Number 69? Nice.
Nice. I done talked it up enough. If you're into racing games, this is a really good sim. It is $12.60 on Steam right now. If you want to pick it up and check it out.
That's kind of tempting.
That is tempting.
It's worth a buy. It's stupid. Again, like you can fine tune this game to like if you're bad at racing games, it will play the game for you.
I know how a car goes, and that's about it.
Yeah, it will help you play the game. It will help guide you around the track. Yeah, NASCAR Heat 4, check it out. I think 5 is going to be even better.
Oh my god, it looks so
if they continue this.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna get it. Fuck it.
It's stupid fun. It's stupid fun. Pro tip: the other thing is you can like adjust the race length as long as you want, and how your tires wear. I don't know, man. It's just fun. Well, anyway, are we done? I'm sorry, we've like rambled a lot at the end here.
I mean, we're
ramble
on, sing my song.
So here's the fucked up thing. Once again,
you didn't write anything down. I meant to remind you guys.
I didn't write anything down either. God damn it.
I meant to remind you guys at the beginning of the episode to do that.
Well, Chris, what did you learn?
I did. I learned that maybe the protester problem will just take care of itself if we just give it a few weeks.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, but maybe.
Take that, COVID deniers.
Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what. I learned something. I learned that male nurses are usually jacked as shit.
That is true, actually. It's been my experience. I wrote here that yelling "fuck you" at bill collectors is going to be my new segment.
I learned. I'm remembering things now. What's this all? This memory thing. I learned don't trust white people about what restaurants you should go to.
Exactly.
Absolutely not.
Just
They're
don't know.
not good at it. Let's see here. I wrote "save the bees, you cuck."
You cuck? Just randomly thrown in there?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, all right.
Save the bees, you cuck. I also wrote "toe maitre d."
Toe maitre d. Hey, how y'all doing? You want some slop?
Today we got a lovely Chilean sea bass that's served over a bed of mustard greens.
How y'all feel about that?
Get her done.
Honk, honk.
Fucking stupid.
Sorry.
I learned that Akron can't meatball splash.
Dude, it can't. It really can't. And even when they have the Italian festival in Akron, it does. It's not as good as the Youngstown Italian Festival.
No, the Youngstown
Akron's
Italian
Akron's like Youngstown's little cousin. It's like, hey guys, can I be Italian too?
Dude, it's like a bigger city, but it's worse at a whole lot of things.
It's not good. Let's see here. I wrote the last thing I learned on here is that we are a pizza territory, and I'm tired of pretending that we're not.
Yeah, dude. And
absolutely belong in the annals of pizza history.
And to all the pizza challengers, I say, stay out of my territory.
Have we anything else, gentlemen?
Not really. I'm tired.
Oh,
yeah, I am too. I gotta pee.
It's like 11 o'clock already.
Yeah, I know. Fuck it.
Salty bet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a leak and watch some Salty Bet, I think.
So, yeah, we did it again. We did
the damn thing. Incidentally, it took a quarantine for us to get together and fucking record the podcast on the regular.
Well, I mean, we were doing it before that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but not on the regular, not like weekly.
No, but this is the week. This is an exception.
We were just kind of doing it like whenever we felt like it, man.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing is like it took not being able to do anything else. I get that. Fair enough.
We will be back next week with Ben's topic, whatever that may be, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. We're kind of on a whenever we want to schedule right now, so
yeah, right. It's gonna be. I don't.
But we will figure it out.
I just realized I want to call this episode restaurants or I'm a little piss baby, change my Diapeewipee.
I'm in favor.
All right.
Yeah, that works.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Hope you're doing okay out there in quarantine land. We miss
you guys.
Yeah, we do.
Love everybody. Stay safe. Stay drunk.
Be drunk all the time.
Hey, don't forget, I don't know if they're still doing it, but you can get your Pornhub premium account right now.
That's right.
Jerk off with the best of them. And it saved my jobless ass.
Put your best forearm forward.
All right. We will be back. We love you guys. Bye.
Goodbye. No, I was gonna wait. Do you?
Oh, but you were.
But
you should.
Controls.
I think you.
Yeah.
Morty.
No, because. All right. Bye.
But you got it. Bye.